As you venture out into this new American frontier, some of your fellow survivors may not be neighborly. Chin up there, sport. Not all Vault 76 dwellers will be so hostile. Find them and brave the new world together. Whether you choose to explore the wasteland alone or with friends, your days will be filled with
Hello, welcome back everybody to Fallout 76 with Narc.
And I'm Blackstar, and Jillian Funk are doing other things. They'll probably be in tomorrow. But here we're going to be continuing on with the Rampancy.net playthrough of Fallout 76, which apparently...
So, welcome back to Fallout 76, where I am suffering from weeping sores. That's great.
That's just a regular Saturday. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have our canvas bag to... continue on.
I didn't order that stuff. I don't buy $200 special editions. I mean, look, it's definitely not cool that company is doing that. I mean, they are messing this up. I mean, leave aside just the things about making buggy games and maybe you should have tested this more before release and
you know, on so many levels and unnecessarily so, which I find
disturbing. But then cheaping out on the bag. I mean, I don't know how many of those sold, but you know, I figure if you just had to bite the bullet and lose $20 on every, you know, edition of that, I mean, 200 bucks.
Yeah, I mean,
and the whole priority now is getting money out of whales, and then I don't know. I don't know. I also don't want to spend the whole time just whinging on about the game because I'm actually having a lot of fun playing it.
See,
and
that's just it. You're like the only one that I know of that's enjoying this. So yeah,
I don't know, but I see. Look, I'm only level whatever. I am what, level 45. I've seen people at level 120 playing this. So like, there's people playing this like way more than me. And you know, I actually saw Warbo playing it earlier today. Okay, I think he stopped a while ago, but he was playing it. And actually, I had a really good experience in the game yesterday because I just popped in and there was a guy, Cool Call 1327 was doing the same mission as me, so we helped each other get through that. He needed some Radaway because he didn't have any, so I gave him some. I needed some shotgun shells and some other ammo, which I was out of, and he gave me some of that.
Cooperation, kids.
Yeah,
it's the way of the future.
Yeah, it was great. And he was like, "You sound familiar. Are you a YouTuber?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, but I don't think you know me. There's no way." So, and then he asked the name of the channel and subbed. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Wow. One sub at a time.
So I came over here and got killed multiple times by giant rad scorpions that are a level above me because I wanted this cooking station and this rad stag meat because rad stag meat, when you eat it, has the effect of increasing your carrying capacity, and I've been overloaded for about the past week.
Yeah, you mentioned then that I thought it was terribly unfortunate considering there's so much tied to how much you can carry at any time.
I mean, I've been on the borderline here, but then what happened is that this mission I did yesterday gave me a unique weapon called the Bunker Buster.
Wow.
The Bunker Buster is a unique legendary missile launcher.
Nice.
It weighs 43 pounds. If pounds is the unit. So, I mean...
Yeah, is it?
I don't know. I don't know if they've ever kind of said what the units are, whether it's supposed to be pounds. But whatever it is, it's 43, of which I can carry a max of 245. And my stash can hold a maximum of 400, which is entirely full of other things.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, kind of a Yankee hoarder.
And being encumbered takes away your ability to fast travel on the map, even to places where normally it's free to fast travel.
Yep.
But I've dropped up enough other stuff and broke down a grenade launcher I'd been using, and I think now if I eat this grilled radstag that I just cooked... I had one and I made one, and then I found another deer carcass here, the two-headed deer carcass. I'm gonna have to remember that this one is here because it may be useful whenever I need to get one. Ooh, crispy, crispy cave crickets.
Yeah, you weren't accidentally holding something incredibly heavy as well. That's
no, just the missile launcher. That's basically it. That is the thing.
Oh, Golfer's in the chat. Hi, Golfer.
Hello, Golfer. Okay, so now I'm at 259 out of 265. I can now fast travel. Okay, so I'm going to fast travel to my base and show that off.
Yay, because we haven't seen that yet.
I also got to admit, the game's got there's a nice randomness to things. Like, it kind of pissed me off a few minutes ago when those rad scorpions were there, which I did not expect.
I was going to say, for the past 10 minutes before we started, ladies and gentlemen, he was fighting the scorpion
I was dying over and over
directly in front of, with a weapon that was unloaded.
Yes, because of a bug that is going to be fixed on Tuesday, as well as the increase to the weight that can be stored in the stash box. Basically, there's a bug that says that when you die, when you're over encumbered, you're only offered a single respawn location possibility, which is the nearest one to your death, which almost guarantees you will just get killed again by the thing that just killed you.
Yeah, the tractor view is not going to be fixed until Tuesday.
Hey, Funk.
Funk apparently is back with us.
Funk, everything okay?
Oh yeah.
You sure? Okay.
Well, I don't know. Last heard that you were.
Well, no. Like, look, I don't want.
Oh no.
I was just gonna say I wasn't gonna disclose people's personal information on the stream because that's not cool.
Personal. I didn't name anybody or locations or the hospitals. Actually, no. I did want to apologize to Golfer because we were actually going to be playing last weekend, and I totally missed him. I ended up doing some other stuff and not getting on until very, very late. I think I ended up jumping in on Tuesday, either Monday for a little bit or Tuesday just for the reset, and I missed him. So yeah, so sorry, Golfer, we didn't get a chance to hook up. He wants to know how we're doing, and I say we're all fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you? But yeah, Funk, everything good where you are?
Yes.
You sure? Okay.
Cool.
Just want to double check.
Oh, it's the kitty!
Yeah. So this is Mr. Pebbles' cat house. Mr. Pebbles, as the sign says, was the first cat in space.
I have, like that poster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, someone made one of those. I was at RTX, the Rooster Teeth thing in Austin, and someone made posters of that cat, totally unofficial.
Cool.
And I got
one. Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Neat.
It's under my bed.
It'd be much better than a canvas bag, don't you think?
Yeah. I do think.
Well, you missed it. We were just talking about the
okay,
bag.
so
nylon's a lot lighter. It's a good material.
Okay, so I built my base up here on the edge of this cliff. I'm overlooking Fort Defiance, which is what used to be an insane asylum, and it's now where the Brotherhood of Steel had its base. And this is the monorail elevator. There's basically like a monorail that goes up to this mountain range, and then like the cars get lifted up onto this upper track so they can continue.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Golfer says, yeah, he likes
cool.
Mr. Pebbles.
Cool.
Oh, is that a vertibot over there? That's a vertibot.
As opposed to a lateral bot?
It's not a scorch
Do you have a
beast.
scope?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's a cargo vertibot. That's trying to drop cargo off for somebody.
Oh, no.
And
That's an Amazon drone.
and the other day when I logged in, somebody had nuked the city just beyond Fort Defiance over here is Watoga, which is full of insane robots. and somebody had nuked all of downtown Watoga, and you could see it from here. Like, the whole sky was red, and you could see the mushroom cloud over the city. It was kind of interesting.
Oh,
That's a little
cool.
judgy. Are you sure they're just not misunderstood?
Yep.
Hey, have they figured out the bug where if you do more than one nuke at a time, it crashes the server?
I don't know about that one. I've only seen a few nukes dropped so far. I myself have, I think, 3 or 4 silo codes. Yeah, I have 2 Bravo codes, an Alpha code, and a Charlie code. But they only last a week, so it's kind of like a raid token that you have to spend. You know, it's like you pick these up, you have to team up with a bunch of other people, so you have all the codes if you want to launch a nuke. And if you don't manage to in a week, they expire, and you got to find them again.
Yeah, use it or lose it.
Yep.
Well, my question is, because
I
I
don't know
have
if I
heard
like
that,
that.
if you triple up, you can destroy the server for everyone.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's try it.
All right, so unfortunately, the problem I have is with unique weapons is that you can't scrap them.
Hey, you guys, how do you find it? How do you catch a unique rabbit?
Unique up on them. You've told that one before. You've told that one before on stream, even.
Well, how do you catch a tame rabbit? Tame way, unique up on it.
So all you can do with the uniques is use them and keep them, or sell them, or like drop them or give them away. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and muddle through. If I can just get through till Tuesday when they drop the patch, then I suppose I could keep it in the stash. I'm gonna see if I can manage it. All right. Now the next thing I want to check is that there's a pretty neat. Okay, and it's unknown. Okay, there's a public workbench up here that makes ammunition.
Are we low on ammunition?
Well, you know what? I was until yesterday when I ran into this guy. But there's also some other neat stuff up there that I kind of want to show. So I think we'll go up there anyway, even if I don't need the ammo. But a workstation that makes ammo is good.
Universe. Route 66 goes all the way out here in West Virginia, which definitely did not have real world.
I'd be curious if we could actually overlay it with a satellite photo or a Google map or something.
Well, the positions of major cities and tourist attractions are more or less okay. I don't know about stuff like roads and whatnot, and or even features like mountains.
I think we can definitively confirm that the roads are not accurate.
Yeah, I'm sure the roads are placed for gameplay purposes and not for verisimilitude.
Golfer says, Blackstar, if you want to play today, I'll be on most of the day. Yeah, I may jump in at some point, because I am somewhat awake now. And I haven't made any progress. The levels, they moved the goalpost back, so now everything's 650. So I actually nuked almost my entire inventory. So I don't have any duplicates of anything anymore. So, yeah, I may continue on with that. But I literally just hit 600. So for me, that's kind of a bummer.
Are you talking about Destiny?
Yeah.
Golfer says, he got 4 exotics on Wednesday. Oh, yeah, I hate you. They're dropping more readily now, apparently.
It also occurred to me when I started to have this problem with this missile launcher yesterday, is that it's kind of weird that the way Destiny handles its weapons, and we've kind of taken for granted now the way it works, but out of all the gun types and then the gun archetypes, right? Every gun that drops is essentially a unique gun in the sense that it has a name, right? It's not just nothing is just hand cannon. Right. It's got a name. Even if you get lots of them, even if they are crap, even if they are low level, they've all got
whites,
names.
Even blues, greens, even lower stuff,
Whereas in Fallout, in the modern Fallout games, like plenty of games are just generic variations of whatever they are. 10mm pistol, pipe revolver.
Right.
Anything that has a name okay, hello. Supermutant, hello.
Serpentine.
Night grenades get no.
Ooh, it's a little close. You're gonna set yourself on fire.
I also probably wanted to put my suit on before I did this.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're not wearing your suit. That's just silly. Yeah, the whole thing about carrying it and whatnot is just kind of weird to me. They're kind of breaking the laws of physics.
Oh, come on.
Get an edge transit.
That's fine. We've been breaking the laws of physics in video games since, like, what, Wolfenstein?
Yeah, since time immemorial. It's just that this game is founded in a very practical stance. You know,
it's not. It only kind of looks that way. Like if you don't play it, it might look like it's trying to be because it's gritty and there's all the ordinary objects to loot and toolboxes and stuff. It really isn't. I mean, it is really straight up fantasy, no more or less than Destiny. It's just its setting is just different.
Well, not only the setting, but also how you've got to go through so many different steps to manipulate, use, or interact with things. It's a lot heavier than Destiny's, okay, push a button. Not to mention the fact, the food, the exhaustion, the
diseases.
The sleeping, it's just way more.
Oh, well, actually, the sleeping is not as big deal as it was in the multiplayer version.
History. I'm thinking of the game series itself, not in this particular title as a whole. But yeah, none of that was in Halo. None of that was in Destiny. None of that was any of the other major titles we played for years.
Well,
darn it!
It does have Halo 2 level texture pop in.
Oh, it does. Yeah, they definitely. Wow, that was cool.
There seems to be a physics bug that causes these kinds of somersaults after you die in power armor. It's happened to me a bunch of times.
Yeehaw. Yeah, they're gonna fix that on
Okay,
Tuesday.
now I will not really have lost anything there because I wasn't carrying any loot, and by loot I mean junk. All of your armor and food and weapons and ammunition, like you don't lose that or even drop it upon death. So it's kind of like if in Minecraft, like all you dropped was the wood you were carrying when you died. So
He's holding the hand of a very large bat there. I only saw that for a second, and it was a little confusing.
oh yeah, the pictures, the picture. The pictures you take in photo mode are what it shows as loading screens.
No, nice. Okay,
And
so you took that one?
a couple of times I've come across scorched beasts that have either been killed by other players or by defensive robots in certain locations. And I just make sure I get a nice triumphant photo next to it, like as if I killed it.
Well,
Because it's amusing to me.
Well, congratulations. You've just picked the thumbnail because we got to use that for the vid because that was awesome.
People will click on it and then be disappointed.
Probably. But you know what we could do is take a full size and then leave a link in the description below.
I have not killed any scorched beast myself yet. Oh, there's Cool Call with 327.
Is that you? Is that your friend?
Yeah, that's the guy I played with yesterday. I think I just want to do this solo myself though.
Text him.
I'm also not.
Friend in this game?
Yeah, I met a guy yesterday who was doing the same mission I was at, which was an Enclave mission.
Interesting.
I can't repair that. I don't have this stuff.
See what I mean about utilitarian? Oh no, I'm missing my gun oil. I can't repair that.
Okay, what do you guys think about... It seems like, and I could be wrong here, it seems like Fallout 76 has returned kind of to like the original it feels more like original Fallout than Bethesda Fallouts have been. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I gotta admit, I haven't seen anybody really saying that. In fact, I've heard much more the opposite, that this whole idea of like multiplayer, dropping nukes is fun. Is kind of more at odds with the tone of the Fallout universe than not only the other Bethesda Fallouts, but
I can't say
that's
either way because I've never played them all.
But it seems like the way the world is. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Let me.
Okay.
Well, I think I know what you're saying. I just can't really say either way.
Like, if you took the environments from the first two games and then 3D-ified them, it feels more like this. But this still has more of a 50s aesthetic than the first two games. But still, Look.
I'm not even arguing with you yet. I mean,
We haven't said it. Come on.
Not
folks.
really.
The environment feels like an environment I would have seen in the first 2 games.
but like a large number of these assets are Fallout 4 assets. I mean, they're not new.
Yeah, but Fallout 4 didn't feel right.
Did it not?
No, I still think it's the best of the modern Fallout games, but it didn't feel like the old Fallout games.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe I'm crazy.
No, I mean, you could be 100% right for all I know. I just don't know enough of it personally. I don't know how much Funk remembers because he's played a lot of the other titles. I just don't know how refreshed in his memory is, or if we have any visuals to compare.
Played a non-modern Fallout game was 2006.
So, a while.
Yeah, and it was Fallout Tactics was the last one I played.
12, 13 years. Yeah, you're going to text your friend so he doesn't think you're ignoring him?
I'm trying to. It's not letting me log in to Xbox.com to use a keyboard to send a message.
Can you?
I do not want to do this on stream.
No. Well, no. Can you just use the iPad app?
I don't have the iPad app.
What kind of a
Alright, just
gamer
give
are
me your
you?
username and password, and I'll log in, and I'll tell him.
Yeah, let me recover your account.
No, let me use the Windows app.
I can't talk right now. I'm in the middle of streaming. There are people watching. Remember, kids, for these circumstances, always have your iPad app ready. What about the phone? Do you have it on the phone, or you just don't have either app on either device?
No, I don't have another app there. And typing on the phone is not easier than...
Well, we're going to have to take away your streamer license. Oh, you have declined the team invitation.
Those built-in mixer features.
You think?
Were you in
No, you know what it is?
System menu?
It interpreted my message typing as a hotkey and went to black.
Wow.
So that's great. All right. Okay, so there's a workbench at this location that has an interesting feature in it.
Why are you ignoring me?
If I can find it, maybe I hope you can do it more than once. But they're yeah, okay, there it is. So repair. I need more aluminum. Okay, so basically this is a landing pad for an automated vertibird, and once you repair it, one will come down and land here, and a box will spawn that gives you flares to throw up. And the flares will basically make a vertibot like spawn in the world and fly to you and attack things that are nearby you. It's kind of neat.
Oh my god, that must hurt. I can't imagine trying to throw up a flare.
But I have to capture the workbench in here to, I think, to be able to do that, and then hold it against at least one wave of enemies. And there's also a machine in here that will make
strongest super mutant.
Has jack-o'-lantern.
Where is this guy? Where are you hiding? Oh, wait. Oop.
Let's play, little human.
Oh, he's upstairs.
The only thing that's weird about the game is the fact that you're in a vault and nothing bad happened.
Well,
What, you mean
actually,
the other vaulters?
a lot of the vaults in the game that are kind of presumed by the people who bought to be in them are supposed to be, like survival vaults. Instead, what it turns out they really were was kind of cruel social experiments designed to do terrible things to people. But there are a few of them, and I don't know where they introduced this. But I assume was Fallout 1's vault an experimental vault or a control vault?
Harder than
I think I think in the first game you were in a control vault.
Okay, so what they've said now is that several of the vaults, and 76 is one, and also Vault 101, the one you're in Fallout 3, are control vaults. In other words, they're normal vaults. They were meant to... Oh darn it, come on.
My God, we're going to the pick lock mechanic.
Wait a minute. Are you sure Vault
Yes.
101 is a control vault?
Yes.
You can always double check online.
That might be and I'm hesitant to use the term retcon because I think it's losing its value. But there is lore in this game that indicates that Vault 101 was a control vault.
Oh, Bloodlust in the chat. I have blood.
Okay, I guess it
he
was a
says,
control vault. All right.
Yeah, he says F1 was control.
Oh my.
Who's still taking pot shots?
There is still somebody in here. I don't see. There's a weird bug I've seen where like enemies that are through walls will think they see you and try to fire, and they won't be able to hit you, but they will be able to make noise and annoy you.
Oh, that's definitely working. Yeah, it's that AI always knowing where you are at every single time. I've never enjoyed that. I've always found that very annoying, and I guess it's too complicated to make it so the AI characters have like sight and distance and target identification and range and whatever else, so that they were to act as real players and real characters in the world. That's too hard. Yeah, but they're definitely bullet spongy. Yeah, Bloodless says, yeah, Bethesda and retcons. Yeah, let's not open up that can of worms.
Yeah, well, because a lot of people look, Fallout 1 explains what super mutants are, where they came from, and why they exist. Okay, there's still some enemies nearby, apparently.
But yeah, every game does that, though. I mean,
right.
That's why
so,
Bungie's not wanted to paint themselves into a corner.
So it says that in this year, in this place, these people did a thing, and now there are super mutants. But what that becomes in the minds of people is that is the only place and the only time they came from. And anywhere else, if you see them, they must have traveled, by means we are aware of, to that place from there. And having super mutants in Washington, D.C. in such and such year cannot be possible because they could not have possibly traveled because there's no means of doing it. And then they said that again with regards to this one.
Right. Yankees in Florida? That's just wrong.
And so there usually is lore that suggests at some point that, experiments were duplicated. The company that was doing this was doing it in more than one place and at more than one time. And I think a lot of people also, it's easy to forget some bits of the lore and just presume that everything is caused by the nuclear exchange.
Yeah, not to mention there may be hordes of gamers that didn't play that title, so the new one...
Oh yeah, I think there are lots of people that came in. I mean, they actually bother. I mean, I think explaining what FEV is and where super mutants came from is something all the Fallout games address on some level. They just always end up having to repeat this. I don't know where this other guy is.
He's to your left here.
Oh, there he is. Oh no, that's... Hi. Hello.
He's wondering why you don't talk anymore.
He's like the creepy ex-girlfriend.
Oh my God, you're being stalked. I love it. Right,
let me check the other message.
Quick, sign off.
Yeah.
Leave.
Okay. No. Look, I tell you what. I will.
Come on, he was very
I can't.
helpful, but I can't tell if he's saying hello or if he's trying to teabag you. Oh no, he's saying hi. Okay, that's
He's like a friendly dog.
Yeah, kind of. Would you like to be my sidekick? Yeah, he's talking to you. He's probably wondering why you don't have your mic on and why.
Well, yeah, I don't because the other mic is literally not plugged in.
Oh, please stand by.
Okay, all right.
Social interaction problems.
But well, this is what the game is supposed to be, right?
Oh, exactly.
Yes.
I mean, he's playing it right. We're not, because we're quote unquote streaming now.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
we're busy with other people.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. See now, I can hear him, and I think can the stream hear it?
I don't know. Yeah. I heard. Cool, you there?
I always mute my game. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Cole can hear
All right,
us.
but yeah, he won't be able to hear us just because there's nothing plugged in to do that.
Quick, find a cable.
Okay, I'm just telling him that I can hear him, but
Oh, wait, can we just?
he
can we
won't
just
be
have
able
an
to hear
Xbox
him.
Party? Can we just have him join an Xbox party?
I don't want to do that.
All right, cool. I tried.
Okay, so I'm just trying to take this workshop, and I guess there's some super mutant in here I haven't found yet, so I've got to look
I've
for him.
finally learned how
Is
to
he
use
the super
plans.
mutant?
No, he is not the super.
Yeah, no, I can still hear him.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mute him.
Yeah, he says he finally sound a thing with fans. So can you actually just text him?
Well, I'm texting him in the other app.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
There's no texting in game. There's no texting in the game.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And I know people on the PC side were kind of
Disappointed.
ticked off at the lack of push to talk.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
all the features that you get for controlling voice chat on the Xbox side are kind of done by the Xbox.
right. It's not in
yeah.
title.
And on the PC side, they didn't duplicate that. So basically, it's like either it's proximity voice and it's always on, or you can't hear anybody and they can't hear you, which is not conducive to cooperation.
Yeah. Bloodlust in chat says
guy on the roof?
years just after the bombs with nuclear winter and post-war effects seems way worse than current Fallout. He says, I would love a setting there. So
All right, so
This
like
isn't
the
messy enough,
the super mutants don't even really have much to do with
Marco, can you
the
still
war
hear me?
specifically.
I don't know if you can hear me. I have a recipe.
Oh, yeah,
for you.
Coolio's
I
asking
don't know
if you
have
can
it.
hear him.
It's antibiotics.
Oh.
Somebody on the roof?
he's asking about antibiotics.
I am talking.
What?
Yeah. That's weird. Yeah, and here.
Oh.
Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, now okay.
Ask him if he's got a Philly cheesesteak.
Ah, he was up on the roof.
Oh man, see, I could really go with one of those right now. I haven't had breakfast.
Is there another one?
Well, it's a video game.
Oh, yeah.
Probably are. He's a 42. Yeah, bad guys. They don't seem bullet spongy. Once I'd like to meet an alien menace that wasn't immune to bullets.
What's amazing to me is how much more fun the gunplay was in Fallout 4 versus New Vegas and Fallout 3.
Yeah.
And when you play this game, and it's basically the same as Fallout 4, and somehow it feels more
Clumsy.
like. Yeah.
I mean, it still is. I mean, like, I went back to Destiny for a little bit the other day after playing a bunch of this, and just things like fast, fluid movement, easy access to things like this. Like, it's really difficult messing around with your inventory, switching guns. Like, the only thing, you can set up 2 guns for fast switching, and you can also set a grenade type. But, like, when you die, the grenade type gets unset. So you end up having this thing where, like, you're trying to throw a grenade. Nope, you're meleeing the air.
Now, I assume this is no hotkey function. You can't hook up a keyboard and just assign things.
As far as I know, there's no keyboard support yet.
Wow.
Okay, here we go. So I'm going to spend money. I'm going to claim this workshop.
Cool. Everything went green. Oh, no, that's your
Yeah, that's the construction area. Basically, like, during this short window, like, if somebody wanted to try and PvP me to claim this, they could do it.
Well, as long as Cool doesn't try to,
Right. Well, actually, he can't because he's on the team. He'd have to leave the team to be able to do that.
Well, I have heard that they've had major griefing options where people will simply attack you, respawn, all in the
Yes.
same area while you're trying to do this.
Yes, people can still be annoying if they want.
Well, supposedly, if you don't want to spend like 9 hours fending off somebody who's messing you up, you're going to lose your stuff.
Oh, look, you leveled up.
Yes, that's true. Where are the turrets? Turrets.
All right, I'm going to go see about finding like a bowl of cereal or
Philly
something. I'm
cheesesteak.
starving. Talk amongst yourselves.
So they're gonna put out a new patch soon. A big,
Yeah, Tuesday.
big patch, right?
Tuesday is another patch.
What's it gonna fix?
There's like 60 fixes in it, I think. There's a list on the website.
Do you think that it will actually... Bethesda's history with patches is probably the worst of any major studio. Do you have faith in this?
I have as much faith in it as the others. I mean, like, there are still... It depends on what you mean. Like, do you mean, like, will they enumerate all the bugs and fix them? No.
Will it fix all the bugs that they say it fixes?
Eventually, maybe not the first time. I think already one of their patch notes says it fixed a bug that it actually didn't fix, but they also fixed a bug they didn't mention. Okay, so now, yay, Vertibot!
All right.
Okay, and the other thing I want to do is I want to put down a generator to power the ammunition machine. Getting attacked already? Oh no, I just bought it. Come on. I hate the entrance to this place. Like, the obvious entrance is inaccessible. You have to go around the door. Oh, and now I'm really thirsty. Oh, alright, cool, because he's already got the generator running.
Oh, what a legend.
The terminal, I'll just check. I'm not going to change it. I think he's probably already said it. Oh, but I guess not. Okay, so shotgun shells, and now we get 40 seconds before an attack of some sort happens. And this location is kind of awkward because some of the attackers come inside and some of them don't. Some of them stay outside, so you have to go look for them. And let's see, does this place have water also? Oh, water 8. Is there a pool of water outside? Because I should be able to put a water purifier down. But I think I'll wait until after the defense. Alright, so who's going? Okay, sounds like they're outside. Yeah, oh, scorched. Okay, good. That means you guys will drop ammo.
Do you enjoy fighting the Scorched?
That's an interesting question. I mean, they're not that interesting as enemies. I would say there are game-wide problems with regard to AI behavior that make things weird to fight no matter what they are. That includes the Scorched.
Can you elaborate?
There are bits where the AI will just freeze and they will not respond to you at all.
Okay.
Where it seems like, you know, the questions that the rest of the game industry has been working out in terms of what runs where, you know, what things clients are allowed to predict and what they're not, so that you don't ever feel like things are being lagged. That is not yet been worked out here. It's kind of like watching a game like Quake World, where it's like, you know, stuff is being done for the first time.
I haven't played a Quake game since Quake 3 Arena.
I don't even count that as a Quake game. I'm usually talking Quake 1.
Quake 3 did something interesting. Quake 3 advertised. Well, Quake 3 was interesting.
Okay, that's one wave of Scorched. I also could, I think...
turn nighttime, like, immediately?
It was a little abrupt, yeah. Oh, I'm out of oil. I can't even build more turrets. Also, this vertibot doesn't seem to be really helping.
The
You're just shooting your friends.
Yes, but I did not damage him because I have pacifist mode set on. So basically, it's like Destiny. There's no friendly fire. I can't hurt him. Forged controller? Oh.
Hello.
Do not target the vertibot. Alright. Shells. Rounds.
Yay.
Okay, event completed. Yay. The thing I hate in the combat is this thing where if you hit the button to reload right after you defeat an enemy, when the body is right next to you, there's a very good chance it will actually try to open the body as a container, and there's a good amount of lag that occurs when that starts. So that's great.
So confused.
Wait a minute. You can still open containers?
Heard about six.
Yes. Yes. So once if I'm up right in an enemy's grill and I kill it off with a shotgun, right? And then I want to reload the shotgun, that's the same button as opening a container. So like you can loot things directly just by mousing over them, but you can also do it by pressing the X button that brings you into the trade dialogue. Like this. Like I can take stuff directly there, but I can hit X and it brings this window up, and there's a lag that occurs when you do that. And you can do that in the middle of combat to the corpse of an enemy you just shot. Less than ideal, you could say. Oh, I'm gonna. You know what? He obviously put this on 10mm. I want to check. I'm gonna put it back on 10mm because I think that's what he needs. Yep. Okay, there should be a place outside to put down a water purifier. I'm gonna see if I can do that. This place has got a bunch of deposits for various resources. There's like aluminum and there's a junk thing. Is this one? Yeah, silver. And I will grab just a couple of these. These things are heavy. Oh, they're gone. Oh, they're there. They're there. That's weird. Don't be lagging on me here. Yeah, 10 vertibot signal grenades. They weigh 1 each.
Jeez.
This I think is that's the aluminum, which is a pretty valuable / scarce resource.
Is it?
I don't know if I need I know the big water purifier needs to be put on actual surface water, but the small one I think doesn't. So I might just be able to put that down anywhere.
Yeah, but this game isn't utilitarian at all. Have you been keeping up with Bloodlust?
With what? With what?
He says, shoot the metal bird, it defines our gods.
Yeah, okay, I can just put that down right there.
Bird defy a god.
And generators. Now this requires 8 power.
Oh, the vertibird showed up and it did nothing.
Okay. Bloodlust wanted you to shoot out of the sky, though, right?
Okay, so now that's going to make me purified water.
Okay, Narc, yeah, you were saying before you got to be really careful about where your electrical runs.
Oh, well, I mean, like, you can't run wire through a wall. Like, it doesn't allow you to do a lot of stuff. It's kind of like working with redstone in Minecraft. You know, you need to give it space to work. And I I had a bunch of trouble getting it to run wires like I wanted generators outside and lighting inside, and I basically ended up running it through a window because that was the only way I could do it. I think there's supposed to be another way of doing it, but a lot of the lighting fixtures don't take wires directly. You're supposed to put like a power conduit down, and I think it means that like a building square gets powered when it has a power receiver on it that's wired.
Yeah, I can't.
So like you don't have to wire up every little thing, but you do need to bring wire to a place. So now I basically like, unless somebody comes and tries to take it from us, this space is mine at least for another like hour and 15 minutes before another defense event would occur.
No, we don't want one of those, do we?
Well, we don't need one. Now, if one happens, I can ignore it, and basically what happens is that like these things that I built with the resources of the workshop, not mine. The next wave of enemies can come along, and they will just trash everything that we've built, and we'll lose it. But if I don't care,
where's Cool Colonel?
then it doesn't matter.
Icon there.
He's inside. He's running, I think, the ammo machine. I think he needed 10mm ammo.
Hey, who doesn't need 10mm ammo?
It depends on what you have. The 10mm, the gun I have that uses 10mm is not that great. I've been using the sniper and the shotgun and the ski sword weapon more than those.
Universe though, 10mm ammo is like the best.
You know what? It was in Fallout 4. The 10mm and its variants are very good. In this game, they are not. The 10mm got nerfed hard.
That's too bad. In New Vegas, it was good, and in,
yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good weapon. I would say the police pistol is still better, and there are other hand cannons that are better. But the 10mm you get fairly early, like in Fallout 3, and it's pretty good, and you can mod it to be very good.
Yeah.
It's not. I have not seen a modded version of that that's that good. I think it's almost better to have like the auto pistol variations.
What's with the vertibot?
Oh, okay. Well, I basically what it is you can spend some of the resources to repair this landing pad, and a robotic helicopter shows up, and it has guns. And this box has flares in it, signal grenades that you can pick up and take with you. So if I travel anywhere on the map with those and throw one of those downs and wait, one of these guys will show up to help me fight whatever's there. Cool. So when we leave here, we'll show that off at whatever the next place we go to is.
It's too bad you can't just jump in and use it like a helicopter.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. They have not gone in for pilotable vehicles.
What was that game that had that Battlefield 1942 and it was impossible and you always crashed and died?
Something like that.
No, couldn't have been 1942. It would have been Battlefield Vietnam or something.
One of them there, shoot 'em ups.
Yeah.
I'm out of oil again.
Battlefield game that had a helicopter.
Can I scrap
Maybe
these?
I'm wrong.
Can I scrap anything to get oil? No?
Just scrap everything.
Well, it's not worth scrapping it if it doesn't give me what I want to build.
Get military grade duct tape from that thing.
Yes, FC, according to this, I'm short on oil and aluminum.
Mine aluminum.
I think I need oil to build a machine that does aluminum. Because otherwise I would do that. Aluminum is very valuable. But also, like, in my stash, I have a fair amount of it. Let's see. Can I build the... Let me see if I can... Let's see if I can build the aluminum machine.
Can you just mine it anywhere?
Yeah, I can. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to build the generators to power it, though. Oh, okay. I can. Yes, but that's powering the water purifier.
You can't power more than one thing?
These things produce X units of power.
I'm sorry. Everything puts out a limited amount of electricity.
That's the other reason. That's the other reason for repairing and taking the power stations in the world, because there are wires that bring power to various other locations. So like that's a substation, but where's the big one? Yeah, Mononga, right? There's a nuclear power station down here. And if you take that one and run the quest there to repair the reactor, then you get powers in places like this that are connected to it by substations. There's power boxes at most of these locations that will produce a small amount of power, but they will do more if you repair the power station. So it gives you a reason as a group to go and like take a power station, defend it, repair it, and then go to other locations, and then you can spend more of the resources on defense and extraction and less on building generators.
Yeah, that seems logical to me.
Yeah, so like all the kind of neat, like wouldn't it be neat if like a battle you did in Destiny actually took territory and held it against invaders, or caused a something different to be going on in the world because of what you did? Well, this game at least is trying to do those things.
Well, see, that's just it, and that's something when they talked about the wall and defending the city and all this other stuff. I'm still waiting for those practical elements to actually formulate within the title itself, which never seems to be the case.
Right.
Bloodless says, yeah, speaking from experience, Blackjack, yeah, it's not a good idea to overwork your generator. Loud boom, no more power. So, yeah, I guess the little Honda generators can only take so much. I just figured you'd be able to get a little bit more out of that than just one item per Jenny. That's kind of wasted.
Well, I did one large and one small for a total of 8 power for the water purifier because it needed 8. The aluminum extractor requires, I think, 20, so I needed to build 2 of the big ones for 20.
I'm surprised they don't do volts, millivolts, amps, cold crank amps. I'm surprised they don't actually put in real world practical numbers that people have to deal with.
No, they just use units. They're kind of vague about it. Like 10. This is 10. It produces 10 power, whatever 10 is. Just like weight is just like this is 5. Whatever.
Oversimplification of electrical generation. Also a funny thing, you can't seem to clean up anything. Everything is just nasty all the time. There's no.
Yeah, there was a mod for Fallout 4 that actually lets you remove like this. See this debris here? Yeah. Like there was a mod that lets you delete those decorative items as well, so you could literally clean up places.
My obsessive compulsive nature makes me want to like build a bulldozer and a street sweeper. And
in the Fallout 4 play I was doing, I have that installed.
Which kind of reminds me, so the thing that a lot of people really disliked about Fallout 4 was a settlement is under attack type.
Yeah, because it got really repetitive, and a lot of people hated the character who notified you of those things.
Yeah, people hated him.
There's a guy whose
game is basically just that forever.
No, I would say it is not that. First of all, like,
I think it's just because he enjoys that.
Because the settlements were only really useful if you attracted people to them. Because the production of resources like food and water required people to be there to do it. Like you had to assign them to that job. So that meant that whenever the game gives you a message that a place is under attack, you knew that there were characters in. If you ignored it, they might die. I mean, yes, they're just NPCs, but the game tried to make you feel bad for abandoning settlements, and I think that's what a lot of people were responding to. It made them feel bad. It reminded them, you just let a bunch of people in this world die because you couldn't be bothered to do it. And then in survival, it's really annoying because fast travel doesn't exist. You simply can't respond to most of those warnings. You just can't, because you can't get there.
Bloodless says, Hagrid, you're a unit of power, Harry. Harry says, I'm a what? Yeah, Funk, you must have some electrical jokes.
Give me a minute. Let me think. They're mostly related to.
You must drink a lot of coffee being a priest.
Electrical jokes. Like, for example, hey, how do you? Let's see. How many mice does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many mice does it take to screw in a light bulb, Funk?
2, but I don't know how you get them in there. That's a good joke. Oh, I have one. I have a light bulb joke that's slightly relevant. To Fallout. How many? Only slightly. How many communists does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know. How many communists does it take to screw in a light bulb?
None, because the light bulb contains the seeds of its own revolution.
Okay.
Get it? Revolution?
It's not a good joke.
No, that's a terrible one. I actually have one that's somewhat relevant to this particular universe, especially when it comes down to having to kill and eat everything the way that you do.
Okay.
Yeah. How many PETA followers does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know.
None. PETA can't change anything.
Oh my. Oh my.
That's a good joke. Come on, Funk. You know you want to laugh at that one. I can feel it coming on there.
There's another joke, but I'm not going to tell it.
Oh, good. Yeah. We don't want to frighten away the viewers. But yeah, we're up to what, 825 now. That's awesome. I'd like to thank everyone who decided to sub. I certainly hope
All
you
right.
enjoyed.
So I think I'm gonna wait for daytime before I leave this location. And just before I do that, I will eat my next rad stag so I can fast travel.
Hey, can you look due north and then up at the sky?
I can try.
Bloodless says, "Ha, Petey is a joke."
Okay, so that's due north. Basically, that's smokestack.
Looks like a missile silo.
It's fake sky.
Oh yeah, I can't wait
hold
until
on.
you hear.
Move up to the left.
Is that kind of Orion right there?
I don't.
No. Okay.
Orion is never in the north.
I want to see if
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson will comment to see how inaccurate the sky in this game is.
Have I gone on in my Neil deGrasse Tyson rant?
I think we talked
No?
about it before. I wouldn't exactly call it a rant though.
I do have a rant. I'll shorten it. Neil deGrasse Tyson needs to get his head out of his own ass. Because all he does is criticize other people, but can't criticize himself. This is very common, but it should not be common among scientists, especially public scientists.
Public-facing science.
Try to teach people about critical thinking like Neil deGrasse Tyson. So every show I've ever seen him on with astronomy has had major astronomical errors in it. And he has never ever mentioned them or corrected them or gone on Twitter and say, hey, by the way, the graphic designers didn't know that this is actually the case, but really it's the other way. But he criticizes Titanic. You know, that's
Oh,
not
yeah, I
fair.
told you about that.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Titanic sucks,
So
dude.
So that is my more
Neil
moderate,
deGrasse Tyson
short
rant.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Why? Okay, I've heard him criticize a lot of things. I don't remember Titanic being one of them. What was his beef with Titanic?
The stars were fake.
Yeah, he
in one of
apparently
the
talked-
scenes.
But that's the same beef you make with things. I mean,
Yes, that's a fun beef. But if I make a TV
it's
show,
really pointless and not like.
that's a good beef.
No, the
I'm
funny thing
pleased
is
with his beef.
yeah, Neil actually met James and they were actually talking about it. And he actually told James Cameron that the sky that he had picked for that particular time after Titanic sank was inaccurate to the time and the year that it happened. And Cameron's response was, wow, I made 1.4 billion worldwide with that. Imagine if I got the sky right.
Yeah, okay. See, that's not a great criticism. It's also not a great answer.
Hey,
You know, I think a better version of Neil's critique is you're making so much goddamn money. It would barely have cost you anything to be right about that. You just don't care. And Cameron's answer is, fuck right, I don't care. I mean, that's not a great exchange all around, I would say.
He fixed it in the
Fix it in the
Blu-ray.
re-
Oh, did he? Okay. All right, so he cared enough, but did he care about being right, or did he just care about somebody saying bad stuff about him in public? I mean, is that what it was, really?
About being right. But you know who doesn't
Okay.
care about being right?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. I knew you were going to say that.
Cosmos, all of the astronomical errors were not fixed. They're the same as in the broadcast version.
Okay, now here's my question, because Bloodlust actually mentioned something. He says Neil doesn't want you to celebrate New Year's. I haven't heard that from him. Funk, have you heard that Neil doesn't want people to celebrate New Year's?
No, but I bet.
I'm just wondering
that
why.
sounds like something he would say. It's
It
some
does.
kind of like.
No, he's. I think I think what he's saying that is that it's arbitrary. It's arbitrary. It's like there's nothing about that date that is astronomically important, right? Like solstice is at least like there's something going on there. You know what I'm saying? There's a symmetry to stuff like solstice.
I'm by surprise, man.
He's weird.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear Cool Colonel talking.
Holy
Yep.
crap, it's like a mini nuke.
Oh, who's that guy?
I don't know. I assume it's a friend of
Should
Cool
we
Calls.
move a little bit more?
JSL dub.
I don't know.
I hope he understood what I wrote to the effect that this is
Worth
being
beast
streamed.
attack.
I mean, he did say he subbed, so he should have gotten, I guess, a notification. And I did write him that I'm streaming, so
Hey, what's up?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Hey.
I think I may want to turn that but now we've got somebody else who I haven't spoken to. I don't know, so I don't.
We
Yeah,
have a
I think
switch
you want to
face
mute
over here.
that. 'Cause
I
he's
think we're gonna
talking
do that.
while We're talking, so we're just talking
Oh,
over
I'm sorry.
him.
Right? Yeah.
No, I found the Neil thing. Apparently, it's a tweet that he put out that he says, "quote Not that anybody asked, but New Year's Day on the Gregorian calendar is not a cosmically arbitrary. Is a cosmically arbitrary event carrying no astronomical significance at all."
Correct.
Which-
no one asked. Everybody knew that.
Which, of course, he got.
Everybody knew.
No, not everybody.
Oh my god. I do like every year people retweeting tweets of people giving like oh geez, what is it? Like, oh, so it's 2019. So the Earth is 2019 years old today. Things like that. On July 4th as well. They say the United States is 2019 years old. I like that. Those are fun.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
By the way, my game still seems to think that Cool Call 1327 is standing here because his name tag is floating in the air right here. But according to the map, he basically left to go take his other workstation with that other guy. So I thought the whole time he was still here because his name tag was there.
Well, that's what I was asking. Is what is he doing? Because you can't really
He
see
spent
him. You
a
just saw
long
the thing
time getting that
floating.
ammo.
Yeah. Bloodlust.
Oh,
is-
come on.
Yeah.
Let me outta
imagine
here.
how fun Neil deGrasse is at birthday party.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's being kind of a bit pedantic, dork. I mean, there's no question about that. All right, I'm gonna leave that 10mm for him, but I'm gonna switch this back to making shotgun shells for me because he's not even here.
I'll point out that I have spent time with that guy socially at events and at like science conferences and stuff, and he's funny and nice,
Charming.
yeah,
Sociable.
he's all of those things. Very likable in person, but his public persona is total douche, and I hate it.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's just whoever's managing his Twitter account. Maybe that's the problem.
No.
A lot of people have that problem. I mean,
No,
it's-
he does it on like the Daily Show and stuff too. He'll
yeah.
go on that show and be like, "Hey, the Earth is turning the wrong way, right?"
yes, I remember that.
As
Which is
opposed to the
great.
right one.
And Stewart never fixed it and claimed it was too expensive to fix. And I'm like, I don't buy that for a damn second. And I think they finally did fix it. I think when Trevor Noah came and they had to redo the openings anyway.
That's a good gripe. I really appreciate that gripe. I just want him to fix his own stuff. That's my problem. All right. Anyway,
Yeah, that's
Can
true.
he just argue that the animation is the camera moving around the planet, not the planet moving in front of the camera?
The animation includes both, and it's clear after a transition that yes, part of it is a camera moving, and then the rest of it is the Earth moving on its own. So
You know, probably what happened is that was probably a preset animation sequence that was in the direction
yeah, that came with the editing software. I mean, it's that not surprising at all.
Yeah, so the editor just reversed it to be lazy. And yeah, nobody ever cared. So
Is the moon accurate, Funk? Please tell me.
yeah.
I can't really
Can't really tell.
tell. I'm gonna need a full moon to be sure. It's moving
where's
way
the
too
mouse
fast.
shadow?
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it is moving really fast. And it's also still like the lighting still changes the way it does in Fallout 4, which is that like nothing happens for a long time, and then every 10 minutes there's this very noticeable shift and all the shadows move like 2 meters to the left.
Yeah, it's like it's on fast forward.
Yeah. Well, you gotta do it somewhere. Gotta do it somehow.
Okay, now can you arm this thing or like?
Well, I can build turrets
on
to
it?
defend it, is what I can do.
No, I was just thinking if you could like load it up as an explosive device and actually have it like detonate on impact or something.
No.
Oh,
Why would I want to do that? This thing is working for me to make. What you can do, and what you may have to do is that like I could build a structure around this, and then put a door on it, and then lock the door so that somebody would need to pick a lock to get into it. Because although like in your camp where you have a stash box, like every stash box in the game is essentially everyone's personal stash box, right? If I make one and I put it down, like here, where's the thing for stash box? They're cheap to make. I can just drop it. Stash box. Okay, so that's a stash box. I open it up, got my stuff in it. If somebody else comes into this game, comes up to this stash box,
You're a hoarder.
that's their stuff, right? So every stash box appears to a player to be their own stash box. All of the Red Rocket gas stations include stash boxes. All of the railroad stations include stash boxes, so you have places to put your stuff. Early on in the life cycle of the game, like people were running into people's camps, finding this thing, grabbing everything, and saying, "I just robbed that guy blind." They had just taken their own stuff. But the machines, like this one that makes aluminum, and this stuff over here that makes water, anybody could just walk up to those and take the stuff. In fact, I wandered across somebody's camp in Charleston. The guy had put down a bunch of workshops and machines, a water purifier, and a copper extractor powered by generators. No turret. I think he did have some turrets, but turrets don't react to theft. They only react to violence. So if you attack a player who owns a camp, then its turrets will attack you. If you attack the parts of the camp itself, like if somebody came and shotgunned a generator or a resource extractor, then the turrets will react. But you could just walk right up and take stuff. And this guy hadn't made any walls or doors or locks or anything. So I just walked right up and took a bunch of copper and a bunch of purified water and kept walking along. He wasn't anywhere near it.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. That a lot of the griefing, for whatever reason, they haven't quite fleshed out.
I'm not sure that's griefing, but I guess everybody thinks that. Like everybody thinks that griefing is what other people do, not what I do.
Exactly.
No, I don't think that's griefing.
Now, if I attack a piece of somebody's camp, then I think the game also flags you as wanted, as if you were engaging in undesirable, non-consensual PvP. Like if you kill somebody with the love taps, it gives you a bounty. It marks you on everybody's map. It takes the marks on your map away from you, so you can't see what players are approaching you to collect the bounty.
If I went through the time and trouble to set up that equipment to get resources and somebody else came by and stole my resources, I'm sorry, I would feel griefed.
Right, but if you didn't put a lock on it, then it's not locked. I mean, you can do that. You can build walls and a roof around the thing and put a doorway on and put a lock on the door. And even that isn't completely foolproof, right? Because I can pick a lock. I can put a high-level lock on it, but it's still... Oh, by the way, this is the power box. If you power, this always gives, I think, 10 power, so for low power stuff, and if you take the power generator and repair it, it'll give you more than that.
That's a really weird spot for a bed. Did you put that there, or was that...
No, I think that was cool. I'll do that.
Okay. Bloodlust says, yeah, anything inconsistent in this universe is due to nukes. So if the moon's wrong, if the planet's going the wrong way, if the sky is turned into a, weird shade of pink, it's because of the nukes.
Sure, why not?
I don't like that.
The moon was thrown out of its orbit and given a spin-off series.
I wish it would, to tell you the truth. I want somebody to make a Space 1999 remake. I think that would be really cool to do with the effects available.
What
In fact,
the hell are you talking about?
yeah, Space 1999. You know, from the 70s. It was a really.
I
really
remember
cool sci-fi show.
1999, the year from the 90s.
No,
look up
the
on
series.
the TV show.
Yeah, look under IMDb.
Yeah, because and you wouldn't need to knock the moon out of its orbit. I think just having a stranded space station crew on the moon itself after the Earth suffers a massive catastrophe and they're left to fend for themselves. I think that's interesting enough.
Okay, it's getting a little bit light out now, so I think I can maybe try taking another Bradstag steak and.
What time is it?
Going to another location. It is. Where is it? It's on the data tab, I think. 6:30 a.m. almost.
Where the hell is my cell phone? Phone.
It's next to the Neil deGrasse Tyson poster you have on the wall.
I think the next quest. I know that there's an interesting quest chain. Yes, it starts at this location, and I am over leveled for it.
Do it.
So I think I will be able to. I should be able to do it without any real problems.
Fun. Narc and I had a suggestion for you that might help improve your Wi-Fi performance.
254. I'm still overweight. Oh no.
No, it's to instead of having your Wi-Fi wire antenna lying flat on the floor, is to actually tape it to something like the desk right there, so it's pointing straight up in the air.
You want antennas to be vertical rather than horizontal.
Okay, no, here's
I couldn't believe
just
the
the
picture
antenna
with
that
it
I'm
lying
using
on
to
the
connect
rug.
to the Wi-Fi. That's the antenna that's capable of packet injection that I use to connect to my neighbor's Wi-Fi. And the
It
best
still needs
place...
to be vertical.
No. The best signal I get is if it's pointing that way.
I think it's probably. Do you have any copper pipes under that floor?
And
Maybe,
I still cannot fast travel. I'm going to have to give up this missile launcher.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, I will try and point it vertically.
Yeah, if you just tape it, so I mean, you don't want it flat on the desk because any physical object near it would deaden the signal.
Why were you staring at my second bedroom?
No, the photo that you sent me when you were showing your monitor and whatever else, it had that in that photo.
All right, I'm gonna put this unique rocket launcher in this container. I'm gonna presume that it's gonna be lost forever when I do this.
Mm-hmm. Is that your bedroom?
Why don't you
Because
put
there
it
was
in
just a
your
couch
stash,
and the
you
folding
weirdo?
chair.
I can't. It's full. This thing weighs 43. The stash only holds 400. It's full.
Take things out of your stash.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, it won't. It won't let me do this.
What? Stash it?
If I take stuff out of the stash, I'm carrying it, and that makes me overloaded. The point of doing this is not to be overloaded, so that won't help. There's not 43 units I can pull out of this stash.
All right, let's see everything you have in your stash.
Well, that's just it. Order is accurate.
It's all building materials.
Do you need 176 circuits?
You never have to.
Maybe not. But how many do I need? I mean, like, again, the problem with it is that there are always specific things that you're always short on. And it's difficult to, like, I long ago started prioritizing only the things that I run out of, which is basically like these things: gears, screws, springs, plastic, adhesive. I've also got asbestos. I don't know what it's for. I got a lot of it. Leather, rubber, scrap assaultron head.
Asbestos at home.
Random assaultron head.
I never understood that warning, to tell you the truth, because the response to that is always, remember, kids, don't do this at home. It's like, I'm not doing this at home. I'm doing it at work.
The best thing to do really would be to sell it, because at least then I get a little money for it.
Who are you going to sell it to?
Vendors. There's a vendor robot in each railroad station. Unfortunately, some of the railroad stations have shared cap pools. They only have 200 caps a day, and they literally act as cap sinks. In other words, like if you buy if you sell 200 caps worth of stuff to a robot, he doesn't have any caps. If you then buy 200 caps from that robot, you won't have 200. Some of the caps just disappear, like deliberately. And that robot won't have any more caps until tomorrow. So like there's a severe limit on the amount of things that you can sell into the game in a given period. Not really. Not when you look at what stuff's priced. Like there are blueprints for things that cost over 1,000. And so far in this game, I mean, I'm level 40 whatever. I've never had as many as 1,000 caps. Not even close. Wow. All right, so I need to get, if I want to get rid of this rocket launcher, then I've got to get to the nearest station to sell it, and I've got to do that myself.
Bloodlust says, yeah, this hoarding behavior is a major thing I've never liked about Bethesda games. I'm not a fan of it personally. You know, you get this whole collect everything, you know, Yankee hoarder mentality.
Yeah. I think the problem is that it's not easy to get rid of stuff you don't need. Like, even if you just want to sell stuff, right? Like junk, like those circuits or copper or aluminum, yeah, you have to make it into a bulk item, and right. Doing that is a craft item that takes plastic. So you actually, if you run out of plastic, you literally can't package to sell any of the stuff you have.
Can't you just drop things? I mean, why can't we just drop things on the ground?
You can.
Can't we construct a
You can,
garbage can,
but then you don't get anything for it. You can't convert them into anything else. You don't get any money for it.
Right, but what I mean is that why can't they just leave it there, and then if somebody takes it, fine, but if you come back to it, it's still there. It's not like the birds can't away.
Because the game will stop keeping track of it. Like, if there's nobody in this cell when I leave, it's very likely that stuff will not be there anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The logic to me would have been like, if you were to put it in a case, that means that nobody can get it unless they can open or unlock the case. Whereas if you just drop it on the ground, it'll stay there until somebody moves it, takes it, or...
As long as there's somebody in the cell. When nobody's in the cell, there's literally nothing, there's no entity to keep track of it. So that stuff, so usually what happens is that like a cell reverts to its default state.
Right, but what I'm saying is they're not treating the world like the world, you know?
Kind of like the way... okay, that's a mole rat. You know how when they first introduced the excavating to No Man's Sky, and then like you could excavate a location in No Man's Sky and then go into your spaceship and fly to another planet and come back, and those holes would not be there because the world was generated from a seed, and the seed did not include any information about any holes you might have dug. The game had to keep track of that separately, and wasn't.
Games that don't do that.
Right. So I think that's with regard to, and even the normal Fallouts are like that. Like, you can put an item into an arbitrary container, but after a certain amount of time, it would despawn.
Yeah, I hate that. To me, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If they needed the game to have it to despawn it, they could simply have it in a file where they say, this item at this value at this location when you spawn in. So that when you go back to it, it then doesn't have to actively...
Yes, but then the game has to keep a list of every container and every player for every item.
Text files are small.
It is not as trivial a problem as you suggest.
Probably not, but you know, everyone always says video games is hard.
It's one of the reasons why they've said they're being very conservative with the limits of items per player, and other people have talked about, because actually, first of all, somebody already found a way around it. They already found a way to remove the restriction on the amount of weight the player carries. You can do a glitch that gives you negative encumbrance, which lets you carry infinite stuff.
Beautiful. That's what it should be. Thank you very much.
And these people have then carried so many items that they crash the server.
Cool. See, that just tells me that
so there are indications that they are not pulling from nowhere the idea that we can't just let everybody have infinite stuff, otherwise bad things may happen. Because that seems to be demonstrably true that may happen. Should they be able to fix it? I don't know. People have said you should just use another engine. I can't really.
That's retarded. I mean, you.
Okay. Well, first of all, it means okay.
Tell them to use another engine.
I'll answer this by way of very roundabout anecdote. When I was in college, I was the sports editor for the student paper, and I followed the hockey team, which was not a very good hockey team in the league they were in. They did not win a lot of games. And at some point, you end up having a conversation with people like, well, what does this team need to be good? What do they need to be or do in order to be competitive? And by the way, this team also, it was just now a totally different team with a different coach and different players than when I was doing this. Got beat by a Boston team by the score of 9-1. They gave up 5 goals in the first 11 minutes. It was, it was a nightmare. But I was asked by somebody at some point, like, well, what do you think this team would need to be competitive? And I said, you'd have to take everybody who was in the team off and replace them with different people. And then I'm like, well, is it the same team then? I mean, so this company has been using this engine to make these games. I mean, this engine goes back to Morrowind, and whoever they've hired have learned how this engine works, what you can do with it, what the tool chain is for creating things. And I sort of think that if you decided, no, we're going to make an online Fallout and it's going to be in the Unreal Engine, you'd need to hire a bunch of people with facility with the Unreal Engine. And are you Bethesda anymore if you just change out all your people to people who have competence? Or how many of them? 10%, 20, 30% of them? I mean, how many would you have to change in order to be able to work effectively with a totally different engine? And one of the reasons why I didn't really like Elder Scrolls Online is that you could tell it wasn't the same engine. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something about the way, good or bad.
Yeah, I remember back when Halo went from their internal thing to have it with Halo 2.
Yeah,
it's
like that.
Totally different game. It was totally different models. It was, it felt totally different.
Blah, that's not our Narc shitting on his schoolmates. They're just shit at hockey. Kind of. I mean, we actually had one weekend that we went up to the University of Maine to play and really got badly outscored, badly played. I think it was like 2 games on the weekend. They were outscored by an aggregate of like 12-5 or something. And one of the guys, like, he's loading his bag on the. Oh, did I just have a hard crash? I just had a hard crash.
Nice.
Great. Yeah, that's super.
Well, you know what? You were carrying like 2 items too much. You crashed.
Yeah, I was over encumbered.
From what I understand,
so wait,
where if you just like walk in the right spot, it crashes the game.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. So this defenseman is loading his bag onto the bus, and he asked me, like, what's your headline going to be? Is it going to be Maine, far superior? And I was like, oh man, don't think about it that way. You know, I mean, like,
So what was your headline?
We're inferior.
Oh, I forget. I mean, this was like 93 or 92 or something. I honestly don't remember. I probably have. There's probably a box somewhere with that story in it.
What was it against Merrimack?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. There was a Merrimack defenseman who was asking me what was my headline going to be after this team lost this weekend this way.
Yeah, we mentioned Holy Cross once, so I wasn't sure if it was them or them.
No. I never covered any Holy Cross games.
So
I attended a few, but I never rode on any.
Yeah. But bottom line, no, I mean, yeah, changing engines and whatnot, I don't think is the solution. Obviously, the limitations of what they've decided to go with, it is what it is. But at the same time, I think there are solutions that they, innovative ones or imaginative or out of the box thinking ones that they could have tried or implemented that I don't think they have yet for whatever reason.
No, but that's basically just a question about release. There are plenty of people. Oh, look, okay, actually dying moved me closer to where I wanted to be, so yay.
Nice. That's a bug that's useful.
Speaking of useful bugs, that reminds me of this time I went to a McDonald's with my family.
The right way?
And
I don't know the right way. Where's the station? Should be right here.
What was it?
It couldn't have been food.
I wanted a quarter pounder with cheese, but without ketchup or something, because I was in like a no ketchup phase, and they forgot the ketchup anyway.
Yeah.
So it was a good day.
Oh, in other words,
And that's kind of like what this game is sometimes.
Yeah. So it was a curious happenstance. They neglected to give you exactly what you did not want anyway.
Okay. So I'm going to have to sell
Incompetence, it was better.
this ridiculous named 20% damage BOTUS missile launcher because its weight is ridiculous.
You're going to lose this thing, and yet this is probably going to be like the most sought-after rocket launcher in the
It
game.
only
Like,
does 20% more damage.
It's not that. Yeah, it's not that great. It's just a legendary, and a legendary you can't break down. So you can't break it into scrap to make weapon mod parts or anything like that. But I can sell it.
wow. In other
I
words,
like
you've been
that
encumbered.
it's worth less in bottle caps than it is in pounds of
Yeah,
solid metal.
38. It
Yeah.
was 38 bottle cap.
Yeah.
Here's my question: can you buy that again?
No, because it doesn't go into his inventory.
Oh,
Oh my god, that I don't like.
Mutations factory.
Oh, I gotta put my voice settings
The
back.
single good thing about Borderlands is probably that when you sell something to a vendor, you can get it back.
Oh well, yeah, that's what I like. That kind of is what a vendor's for. But says, yeah, now I want macas.
Okay, so now I am way underweight.
Sweet.
I think my stash is still going to be full though because that didn't change.
I can't read what Blood is saying now. Can't tell if he's just talking in acronyms or
Quarter pounder with beetroot is awesome. They make a quarter pounder with beetroot?
Yeah,
that is a weird thing to be making. Okay, now I can fast travel. Yay!
Finally, yeah. I mean the map's big enough.
All right, so we're gonna go down here to Riverside Manor.
Why there?
Because there's a cool quest chain that starts down here, and I haven't done it yet.
So wait a minute, did that cost you 39?
Yes, that cost me 39 caps. That's what fast travel does. Fast travel, when you do it, costs you caps.
Right. That fast travel costs you 1 rocket launcher and 1 cap.
Only because the rocket launcher was so ridiculously underpriced.
Wow. No wonder people hate this game. Actually, you know what would be really sad is if you actually came across a canvas bag that you couldn't pick up.
Oh, hello, mole rats. Level 1 mole rats.
Bloodless says, yeah, it's called the McAws.
Yeah, see, like right here, that hitch was caused by the fact that I tried to start reloading the gun just as that mole rat died, and instead of reloading the gun, it opened the body of the mole rat as a container.
Wow. Excuse me, pardon me, must shoot you. Blah, blah, blah.
Whoa.
Oh,
Called the MCOZ? The MCOZ?
Speaking of weird foods, I actually had yucca fries for the first time the other day.
Wait, what?
Yucca fries.
Okay. I don't even think I need... Yeah, level 6s. I don't even think I need my power armor in here.
Probably not. You're gonna bang your head in the ceiling. They're kind of low.
And I'm going to collect it just because the ambient light of the handheld computer is way better than the flashlight on my power armor helmet.
Wow, that's wrong on so many levels.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to resist the urge to loot all the junk, so I'm not going to be picking up all the telephones and typewriters because it's just going to make my problem worse again, so we're not going to be doing that. So I will just engage in whatever quest nonsense.
Yeah, we're not going to engage your horde lust.
Like, I'm probably wasting shotgun shells. All right.
I would say so.
You guys
Yeah.
gave me 12.
Can you also like steal and sell the artwork too? You know, there's paintings everywhere.
Actually, you know what? I could probably just use the knife.
Yeah, or the sword. You know.
Yeah, these guys are only
There
a
we
couple
go.
hits with that. So if I take these guys out with melee and then whoop,
Oh, behind you.
all right, he had a broken combat knife.
Brought
Good
a
for him.
knife to a knife fight. Now, I'm sorry, for this kind of door, can't you just kick it?
No,
Yeah, see that I'm not a fan of
plenty
either.
of doors can just be opened. The ones that can't need to be picked.
Wait, was something in the fridge? No, the other fridge.
What are the
In the room you were just in. Yeah, isn't that a fridge?
a plastic knife?
Oh, that's it? Oh, jeez. Why would you hide a refrigerator with a plastic knife behind a locked door?
Oh, and I'm gonna turn off this other quest.
Yeah,
Go outside. Okay.
My apartment is basically just a refrigerator with a plastic knife behind a locked door.
Yeah, I've seen yours. Oh, somebody's shooting at you again.
The fridge is broken
Upstairs. I hear you.
Well, you don't have any money to buy food to put in the fridge anyway.
though. You're correct.
Bloodless says, yeah, lettuce, tomato, bacon, cheese, egg, onion, beef, tomato sauce with a slice of beetroot, and you've got a good time.
Where is that? What market is that sold in?
Australia.
Wow. Okay. Hello. You aren't glitched at all.
It's called the McOz.
So this is the thing, right? Part of the charm of these Bethesda games is the weird engine. It's legitimately why they're good.
Well, they're why they're fun. I wouldn't. Good's a
I
relative
don't know.
concept.
I think part of it is just that you get familiar with the way things feel. Part of it is the weirdness of it, but part of it is just the way things feel. Walking around, interacting with objects, the way things move, the way the systems work. Like, it isn't just the weirdness. Like, to me, it's not the lack of weirdness that puts me off ESO. It's just that, like, everything about the way everything happens in ESO does not feel like the way anything happens or looks or feels in Skyrim.
It feels slightly wrong.
Yeah. Not even slightly wrong. I would say noticeably wrong.
But everything feels right. If weird, but right with these.
Yeah.
With the Bethesda Morrowind type games.
Yeah. And a lot of it is the exploration. Like there are a lot of decisions in the design of this that I really like compared to, not just compared to ESO, but even compared to Destiny. Like, I would say this is
Dishonored 2 better.
This is a better conversion of, let's make a multiplayer game out of the thing you like. Just allow you to do with other people. What they've taken out here is like the main character-driven plot, so you're not doing a lot of conversations with NPCs. You're having those interactions with terminals and holotapes. But
Isn't that what everybody was?
I think that's always that's what they're good at. That's what they're good at, as opposed to, like, nobody's ever said. I mean, there's a reason why Bethesda face is a joke. It's because a lot of the characters look awkward, and it looks like, you know, things aren't quite right. But there's nothing wrong with the way the stuff that's put in the terminals or the holotapes is. And they could easily expand that. They could add new characters and plot lines and quests to this so much more easily than they could. And you see what they've done with Destiny. They've done the same things, right? I mean, they basically took out all the cutscenes.
Yeah.
We just had a big thing about the fact that they put back a character conversation by literally letting you talk to Petra in a conversation that was more than just a short cutscene, by allowing you to press a button and interact.
Bloodless says, yeah, we love beetroot and pineapple on burgers.
All right.
I wonder what Leo Crow would say for that, because she's in Hawaii right now, and I think they put a lot of pineapple on things.
You know, when McDonald's came up with the fillet of fish, it was because their original idea for something to give Catholics on Fridays, the hula burger, which is a burger where instead of beef patty you had a slice of pineapple, that failed. So they went with the fillet of fish option.
Yeah, you should never eat those fillet of fishes, though. Never. They're all horror stories from employees who have worked there.
All right, so here's the thing. While they can add new stuff in, and while I would bet that a lot of the bugs in the game are fixable, as you can tell by, like, unofficial Oblivion patches and stuff like that from the community, even being able to fix bugs fairly easily. I don't personally trust Bethesda enough to actually do it for me to risk spending $60 on the game. This is going to be one of those games where I will buy after.
Oh, okay. After a while, after it's fixed,
to make sure it.
okay. So did you buy Fallout 4 at launch, or did you buy it later, or you didn't buy Fallout 4?
I bought Fallout 4 at launch because a single player, I don't mind. Because I can get my way out of the bugs by going into, like, I turn on no clip or something like that. Or if there's a game or a quest breaking bug, I can manually set quest progress.
Right.
Things like that. I won't play a Bethesda game on the Xbox. I'm only going to play on PC after the horrible experience I had with late game Fallout 3. And New Vegas being buggy messes. I'm only going to play on PC from now on because I can get myself out of it. And so maybe
you can do most of that stuff on console with mods now, especially like player getting stuck. There are mods that will let you get out of that.
Yeah, but not for this game.
Not for this game yet, because this one doesn't have mod support. But Fallout 4 does. And Skyrim Special Edition does. I have to look up where this quest starts, because I thought I could easily find out like whatever I was going to pick up that was going to start this quest chain off, and I'm not finding it. Whatever it is.
No, apparently not. He's missing. Bloodlust.
So I'm
if you have a
afraid.
sweet tooth, try to find pavlova. It's such a good dessert. Have you ever had that?
Oh boy, I've heard of it.
Bloodlust also said, yeah, too bad Obsidian can't make another Fallout.
I thought New Vegas was awful. Well, maybe not awful, but a 5 out of 10 at best.
Certainly not exceeding expectations then.
No, the role play was great, but the actual game sucked. It's really the opposite of Fallout 4, where the game was great, role play sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people, I don't know how the heck people ever had a good experience on New Vegas. Because I had to start and restart 3 different games on my Xbox 360 because the game would break and I couldn't play it. It would crash every time I'd go into New Vegas or something stupid like that every time. And so I gave up on it for a while. And then, it looks kind of like you.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
I figured he was going for that aesthetic.
What was I saying? Oh, right. Until
New
I
Vegas,
played it
terrible.
on the PC, installed the unofficial patch that the community fixed, and then, had access to console commands to get myself out of spots.
Right.
Then the game was more fun.
Yeah, with its current issues, I would think the PC is far more, flexible in options. Whereas in a console environment, you have no control over anything. Either it works or doesn't, it crashes or it doesn't.
But
And that's
on
it.
an online-only game, you don't
that's
even
kinda
have
critical.
that control.
Yeah.
You have to
I think I might have thought about doing the PC side if crossplay was confirmed and they were like, we wanted it, we asked for it, but it's not there yet, so it doesn't exist in the game. So I kind of wanted to be able to at least have the pool of people I know who play on the Xbox, people who play Destiny, who might be interested in this because of some crossover in the similarity of the game type.
Right.
That makes sense. Well, I mean, that's why I pre-ordered it for the Xbox as well. I was really excited about the game, but then it just
Well, you and Jill both. I think you guys both canceled your pre-orders.
yeah, because I don't trust it.
To be honest, though, I mean, and again, I'm from a newbie standpoint. I didn't play any of the other ones. I don't have an experience with the company in a long-term gameplay environment. I don't have nostalgia.
That guy just ran through a closed door and then closed it and then opened it behind him.
Yeah, I don't have anything invested. So for me, though, it's just after a while, though, while we were playing, though, I just didn't find it personally very entertaining.
If you don't like walk into a room and picking up everything in it,
yeah,
then it's probably not for you. But I like that because to me, this produces the kind of pacing where the combat is tenser because you're not always doing it. Like I would say, like patrol combat in Destiny has no tension, none.
Right.
but I would like it to. And I'd be more interested in having
10 minutes.
tension in patrol combat than I want to be shunted over into, no, go play a raid, no, go do a nightfall, no, go do a strike.
But even for hoarding, all right, comparison-wise, in Divinity Original Sin, I like that mechanic of going into a room and grabbing everything more
Better than this
mechanic for going in and grabbing a room and everything. That I didn't mind.
No, I could see,
enjoyed.
I can see why this is kind of annoying. Well, okay, first of all, I think it can be a little pixel hunty or seem to be pixel hunty.
Totally.
But then again, if you've been playing them since Fallout 3, which is when the first version of this, then you're kind of used to it. You know what all the containers look like. You know where they are. So, things aren't really hidden.
No, but they are easier for experienced players, which
Yes.
I am not. So for me, I've got that learning curve of having to go through a title to figure out, as far as their design aesthetics, what is worth grabbing and what isn't. Therefore, I can just look visually
Oh my god.
at the garbage can.
See, okay, so this is what we're talking about when we say it's the garbage stuff. Like, there are all kinds of interactions. Like, I've seen badgers, walking around, or rad roaches walking around inside of garbage cans before, and it's just funny to see.
Oh, I'm sure.
lot of
But again, that's
emergent
a curious
gameplay.
happenstance. That's a mistake. That's a random element.
It's not a mistake. It's a thing that can happen. I mean, that's.
I would call it a mistake because that's not a thing that could really happen. That character could not attack you while in a garbage can. It's certainly not advance on
It's a
you.
total Bethesda game thing that can happen.
Yeah.
And that's part of the charm of the games.
It's
Right, but
emergent behavior.
Intended one. It's a oops, we can't fix this.
No, when it happens in Fallout 3, it's unintended. When it's left in and it's still here, it might as well be intentional.
Nah, that's just unfixed. That's like having a wheel on your car that has a flat in it, and it's really fun when you go over bumps, but you just haven't changed the flat yet. That's not good. That's just unrepaired. Bloodless says, yeah.
Where's the side of the main door?
If you
Oh.
thought Bethesda is bad on Xbox, you remember the PS3?
His body
Fallout
outside?
and Skyrim
Oh.
just doesn't work.
Yeah, that was funny. Like, if you read reviews, if this is back when game reviewers cared. When you read reviews of Fallout 3 when it launched on the Xbox 360 and the PC, or no, just the Xbox 360,
Yeah.
it had like reviews of like 9.4 or something. Very good reviews.
Yes.
And then you look at the PS3 reviews, and it was 5.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
basically, it was
The port was
if
bad.
You can play it.
The port was bad.
Bloodless says, yeah, Oscar the Grouch hit hard times. Now, here's my thing. Why can't you grab that trash can and just throw in stuff you don't want into it and then just have the trash can hold
I
your
could,
stuff?
but it'll despawn when I leave the area.
Yeah, see, that to me just make you no sensey.
But that's really the cool part about. Well, it's weird when it's online.
No, that
but
just
in
means that they
Fallout-
haven't
in the
developed a
normal
working trash
Fallout,
can.
You get a trash can, you put it in your house, and then you decide to put all of your skill books in the trash can. They're there now. Now you have a trash
Yeah,
can.
single player does behave that way because there's only a limit to the stuff you can carry on your person in Fallout, 3 and 4. Containers all have infinite capacity and you can have as many of them as you want. Fallout 3 doesn't give you any ability to build any or move any, but they are all over the world. So, and there's also player housing where you can get personal storage. It's just handled in a different way than the other games, than here in Fallout 3. Here in Fallout 4, excuse me. There's supposed to
Ansel's trying
be
to dig through the doorway.
there's supposed to be a corpse here somewhere.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to be more specific. In this game, there's a corpse around.
Yeah, I know. I thought. See, I know that location I was at, the house is the one that has this quest on it, but apparently it kicks off when you find a body of somebody else that's supposed to be in this building. It's supposed to be in an alley next to the main entrance, but
Maybe it
don't.
despawned.
No, it can't. This kind of corpse can't despawn.
The trash can ate it.
Way northern side
Mm-hmm.
door. Oh, in the south. Wait, in the southwest of Charleston?
Did you fast travel to the wrong side of something?
Well, it says the AVR Medical Center, but this is the AVR Medical Center. But I'm also wondering if there are more than one, and I would not like this is the Capitol building. This is Charleston. Is that really southwest? I'm not aware of anything else called the AVR Medical Center.
What could it be?
I think.
And unfortunately, the picture
the
picture of the location that they've posted with this guide is in the dark.
Oh, that narrows it down.
So that's great.
Well, obviously, if you love exploring, you'll explore. Now, could it just be in a random location at this particular spot where you just have to find
No.
your body?
No.
And nobody else in the world could have found it and therefore it despawned because they're in the middle of doing the very same quest?
No. Because a body like this is not an object that despawns, it's permanent.
And it's not in power armor, so it couldn't have accidentally launched 50 feet in the air and landed on the roof of the building?
Presumably not.
Is that like a really nerdy way to say that someone's got a body that won't quit? This is not the type of body that despawns.
Bloodlust says, yeah, so is this game world...
Oh, okay. No, you're right. See, some of the guides were written by people who are like, oh, I found this here. And other people are like, I didn't find it there, I found it somewhere else. So there are randomized.
Okay, so I was right. So in other words, it's at this location, but you have to find where your spawn is.
Okay.
So get exploring, kids.
Unfortunately, the get exploring answer is not compatible with like, I would like to do this quest right now.
Well, you know.
So it's not like I'm forcing a style of play that is not really compatible with this game, and normally that's a thing about it I like.
Right. So ironically, you want to have the destiny. I want to go here and do this thing now.
Yes, and and it's not really letting me do that because it's not really built that way. So I'm trying to force it by finding other information.
It's hiding the start line. Yeah,
I don't like that either. Like there's a quest in Fallout 4 that depends, a few quests that depend on random encounters.
Yes.
Completed every quest in that stupid game, and except for one, and I can't get it. And
oh yeah, so some just glitch. I mean, there's lots of glitches which just like they lock you out of quests. Even the main ones you can be locked out of and have to, use a mod or a hack to fix your way and to finish the game.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we're gonna answer Blood's question. You wanted to know if there are any real life landmarks in this.
Oh, in this, yes, and in Fallout 4, yes, of course there were lots of them.
Yeah. Well, he was citing the B4 reference, the F4 reference.
Right. In fact, for instance, like where there was a location here, Poseidon, Point Pleasant, like that's a real place. Well, I mean, it's a city of Charleston, obviously, is a real place. Watoga, I think it's just like a region. Lewisburg is a real place.
Yeah, the only real thing is that the distances, how realistic they are, when I don't think they are.
Yeah. The National Isolated Radio Array, that is a real place.
Oh my god, they have that in here?
Yeah. It's a quest location.
You can even nuke it.
I don't know how much it looks like the real thing. I'd say at some point we can visit there, even if it doesn't bring us there on a quest thing.
Let's ask Neil deGrasse Tyson.
And there's still lots of locations I have not even been to. Like I've only been to part of the Cranberry Bog. This area is full of bloody scorch beasts. Study terminal. I think I may have just not. Ooh, bullets. Bathroom. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't remember seeing this before, but there's a whole area, there's a whole part of this thing. It's... okay, so this is part of the quest. This requires a key. can't just hack into that terminal. I need password. So there's a whole wing of this house that's burned. That's interesting. Alright, that goes outside. Gotta be in the non-burned. Third floor. Okay, study terminal. Personal journal. Okay, so here it is. This should do it. You guys there? You hear me? Anyway, 628. Am I reading the wrong entry? 628. No, okay, this is correct. So this is the first entry. Back from LA, season 8 was spectacular, but the mood at our rap party was rather down. There's been no word on renewal yet. All of the attention at Hubris seems to be on television these days. They have less and less interest in radio. Frederick and Olivia are doing well. Olivia was all packed for our annual camping trip to Seneca Rocks. I had to put her off. The poor dear was heartbroken. I do hate to break our tradition, but with the Silver Shroud show coming up, I simply can't spare the time. Okay, so this is Shannon Rivers, who plays a character called the Mistress of Mysteries, and I think it's in the radio drama version of that, which is based on a character in a comic book by Cubist Comics, which is like the Marvel/DC of the Fallout universe. This morning, Frederick asked me to put on my costume, veil, and come down to the front parlor. He said he has a surprise for me. It's incredible. His little project is beyond anything the writers ever dreamed of. That man really can do anything. It's no wonder I love him. My calendar for the next few months is booked solid. He's hired the best stunt actors, martial artists, military trainers, and a cavalcade of experts, one after the other, to make sure I master every technique I'll need for the screen. I don't know who they have playing the Shroud, but the Mistress of Mystery will be... Okay, so I think this is like a movie. A movie version of this.
That, Tom Cruise.
Oh, I didn't hear you forever there. Have you been talking this whole time? Bunk?
What?
Have you been talking this whole time?
No.
Okay, fine. Because I haven't heard anybody, and I haven't heard Black Star in a bit.
I don't hear Black Star. Is he saying something?
No.
Okay.
Dress rehearsal coming to say they made other arrangements for the role of the Mistress. Oh, okay, so she was going to play this character in a movie and got cut out of it. And she was doing it for the radio play. Okay, so that's what it was. She was in the radio drama, she was going to be in a movie version, and then she got... So it seems like either there's a lightning storm or explosions outside. Okay, and this is after. Okay, so this is the barrier basically between the pre and post-war scenarios. Hooligans on the road, tried to pay them off. Fresh water and $100. They just laughed. Yeah, okay, so basically she played a superhero in radio and was going to on movies, and then gets inspired post-war to become a comic book vigilante. Yeah, I've been venturing out dressed as the Mistress. It feels silly, but the costume is an excellent disguise. Strange as it sounds, it makes a difference. Another group of ruffians cornered some refugees on the road from Lewisburg when their caravan broke down in the mud. I don't see how I would react to that, but after these years, I know the Mistress would, and that confidence worked. I saved them. Frederick and Olivia are taken with the idea. Frederick has been working day and night on new tools for me to try, and Olivia's focused on her training. She wants to be a Mistress of Mystery, just like me. So she's indoctrinating her daughter in... Yeah, she's indoctrinating her daughter to be a comic book style vigilante in the post-war apocalypse.
Like a turd in the wind.
This morning, Frederick heard someone in the garage, rifling through the garbage. 3 someones, Clarissa, Eve, and Amy, girls not even Olivia's age, all orphans. It broke my heart. Frederick and I talked it over, and we decided to take them in. Winter is coming, and they need somewhere to stay. We've food and space to share. I can't bear to let a child suffer if there's anything to be done about it. And now we're going to indoctrinate orphans into being comic book vigilantes. Spring has finally come, such as it is. Every day, caravans of refugees pass by the house. Whole families carrying everything they have. Old men, children. It's horrible. So many children have no one left. A few have been brave enough to come up to the house. I can't turn them away. I never in my life imagined running an orphanage, but what else can I do? We had Olivia move her things out to the guest house so the new girls can take the rooms on this floor. That's going to turn out really well. You turned your own daughter out of her room in your broken down mansion to move in some orphans. That's going to turn out really well, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, did that still didn't... wow, I'm gonna end up picking a quest I can't get because of a bug, right? Because this is not giving me this quest.
Oops.
Forbidden knowledge, tracking unknowns, organic solution, miscellaneous. Nope.
Is to tell it you have plans.
Yeah, I guess.
Did you say bloodlust? He says he can picture Neil criticizing games, tweeting that food can't heal bullet wounds.
I would imagine that he could do that.
He also says video killed the radio star. Are you guys talking about radio stars?
I think that's relevant. That the movie. The thing
was it?
That he was just reading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, what do you think about this?
Uh-oh.
All right, I have a better picture for a place to where to look for this body. Go ahead, Funk.
DC Comics. It stands for Detective Comics. Does that irritate you guys?
Yes.
It would if I thought about it, I guess, but I suppose I don't spend any time thinking about it.
The solution to all of those problems is simple. Marvel. So yeah, so as far as this quest line goes, so what was the one that you were looking for and why, and which one are you stuck with now that we're doing anyway?
Well, no, everything we just read is relevant to the mission that I want to do, because it is this mission about these people who in the post-war era took on the role of a previously only fictional vigilante character and lived in that house we were just in.
Bloodlust says Marvel. It just works. That's so true. So I will say Wonder Woman was awesome. That's the only DC one that I can think of that I thought was awesome.
Okay, so there's supposedly an area of this building that has a little alley in it that has a pile of debris, a yellow trash dumpster, and a red electrical box.
So either this is going to turn into a Goldberg device, of which, you know, we've got to do some really weird stuff here.
Okay. So one of the locations the body can be is here. There we go.
That's embarrassing.
Gangs are on the move. We must know. The order cannot... Riverside Manor is moved. The raiders are closing in.
Okay. So that gave us the quest, finally. Side quest, into the mystery. Learn the history of Riverside Manor. And if I then say, hey, show me on the map where that is, I'm like, yes, I know, I've been there. You're supposed to just come across this stuff. Again, I'm like, I'm forcing the game to be played the way it doesn't really want to be played. You're supposed to just find that body and start the quest from that. And if you don't find it, then you don't find it. You know, I mean, that's it. That just means that everybody's experience of playing these games, unless they're a strict completionist, can be different, because people, like, some people play the main quest first, and some people don't play it at all, and some people play it last, and some people play all the way through it and then don't finish it because they don't want the game to end. And some
Play it backwards.
Some people will have a completely different selection of side quests they played because those are the ones they happened to find.
Some
All
people
of
play
those
Call of
people
Duty
are wrong.
instead.
There's only one way to play Bethesda games. It is
Drunk?
all side quests and then the main quest. period.
No, I tend to go through the main quest in bits and then pause and do a bunch of side content, so that basically I discover map locations by following the main quest, and then I consume all the side content before I move on to the next major chapter.
Sometimes you have to do that because a lot of the side quests are only really available through chunks of the main quest,
right?
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I just want to come up against a recording that actually is recorded the way that you would have a recording, rather than strategically and dramatically not working at areas to intentionally leave gaps. I got a massive 343 guilty spark level flashback there, but that's such a trope in movies and TV and now video games, and I wish everyone would stop that. Same way that every time somebody records something, there are these horrible static lines periodically showing up and whatnot, that no one would actually ever have that problem if they were just shooting on a video camera or a phone or a computer or whatever, unless that material were damaged in some way, which it never is. It's just old. They're just artificially trying to make it seem old, and I think that's rather cheesy.
Right. Okay. So I would have just had to read all the terminals, but we already read them, so it's fine. So now basically it says, because the journal mentioned wearing the Mistress of Mystery costume in a certain part of the house, it suggests, why don't you go do that? So I'm going to put on...
How strongly a suggestion.
That is an idea.
Put on the veil.
Only have been thought of by an actual insane person.
Yeah. Why don't you just put on the dress?
I can. I mean, that is a thing that can be done.
Suppose you're in an abandoned house. God. You're reading someone's journal, and it's like, hey, I used to do this thing. Then you dress up like the person in the living room and pretend you are her.
Now the
weird, right?
The neat thing actually is that the game still considers me to be wearing my armor, so I don't lose anything by wearing this.
Yeah, that's a really tough dress. Bloodlust says, yeah, I could understand a radio transmission breaking up, but not a recording, though. Yes, I totally agree. And live radio transmissions, even then, or cell phone conversations that drop out at the worst possible time, they're just tropes for artificially ramping up tension and stuff. And I'm just bored with that particular technique.
I don't like the recordings that aren't recorded. I don't like recordings where it sounds like I got a snippet of someone's conversation, man.
Right.
That brings me really out of it. It's like, why were you recording this?
Right.
You just put on the micro cassette recorder when you and your wife were having an argument?
Some of those they cover with terminals or AIs or robots that are nearby, maybe having recorded.
I know, but they're never made, or they behave in the same way that if somebody was really there doing that, they do it as an intentional, this character needs to tell you something, so this is how we're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, now why does this piano sound perfectly well?
Don't know.
Repair this? I mean, everything else around the world is totally rotten except that piano.
What?
My God. Scared the hell out of me.
What?
What did?
When the camera just kind of did a jerky motion, I got scared.
I thought maybe somebody walked by your window or something.
You know there's a fucking ghost in this house, right? There's got to be a ghost in this house.
Why?
Otherwise you wouldn't be doing this stupid shit.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was going to be a trope or something, but yeah, I figured they would.
There's gonna be a ghost. And it's going to be scary, and I'm not happy.
What's a ghost going to do to you? I'm sorry, even if it's going to be
scary.
It's going to be scary. Well, Narc, there's only one thing to do. Turn off your light, because we got to put him in total darkness for this. There we go. Perfect. See?
Oh my God.
No, that's no guy. I can't navigate. It's saying there's something downstairs. I just don't know how to get there.
I thought it's either in the basement or the attic. It's never in the living room. You notice that?
Yeah, well, no, but it's it's giving me a waypoint. It's very clearly below me, but I don't remember there being a way to get downstairs.
Tell you what, we'll do the poltergeist technique. We'll go into the living room and we'll turn on the television and listen to the static. Yeah, but you ever notice that no horror movie ever said, "Oh no, we have a problem in the front broom closet." No, it's either the basement or the attic. Like, holy shit, the mudroom, it's gone to hell.
Did I tell you guys when about the time I was doing some paranormal investigating?
Let me guess. There
What?
was an exorcism in a jacuzzi.
No, there's a local group of paranormal investigators, and they were trying to get EVPs, and they went to like their best surefire place for EVPs where they found a lot of them, and I was investigating the investigators because I don't believe in any of it, right?
Yeah, it's such
So
crap.
we went to the place, and it was a cemetery outside in the middle of the city.
Uh-huh. Next to a cell tower, I take it?
Do you see the problem?
The fact that there's a lot of electronic radio devices and whatnot in city environments.
Okay, it literally said a secret door opened up. Is it? Oh, okay. Is it this one? Is this a secret door?
I don't know. It doesn't look too secret to me.
No, it doesn't.
Bloodlust says, yeah, Rampantly Silent Hill or Dead Space playthrough. I want to do one of the Dead Space because a friend of mine actually gave it to me once, and we've actually done
refuse.
a Silent Hill, but we haven't done.
I would do a Silent Hill 2. I don't know how interested I would be in Silent Hill 1.
Didn't we do some of Silent?
We did some of it. We did an opening of it just so I could talk about the game as a whole, but we didn't play the whole thing.
No, I could have sworn we played one of them. I got to go back.
No, we played what's his name there? Alan Wake.
No, Alan, I remember, but no, I could have sworn we did a Silent Hill.
I think we did do a Silent Hill game. We did a Silent Hill. We did a PS2 era Silent Hill game.
Yes.
Yeah, but we didn't finish it. We did just
I don't
just
think
the
we
opening.
Lots of fog.
Yes.
Tremendous amounts of fog. If I
Right,
recall.
right.
Very
Where's-
dark.
Very not scary.
Yeah, which is surprising because you freak out at the drop of a hat.
Games that are scary to me are dark, not foggy.
Yeah, I never quite got that because I feel
Because
safer in
the
the dark.
dark's scary.
Think of it this way: they can't see you just as bad.
No,
They're-
dude, ghosts can totally see in the dark.
Ghosts can't see at all because A, they don't exist, and if B, even if they did, they don't have eyeballs to see with.
Nah, well, look.
They have no brain to receive those signals from
The
their fake
scariest
eyeballs.
thing about ghosts is if you like wake up and then one's looking at you or something. That's scary.
No, what's really scary is when they're wearing clothes. Dead ghosts with clothes. None of them are ever naked. You never notice that?
Let me think here.
The only one even close was in Ghostbusters, and that was for a very short scene.
I'm trying to think of some naked ghosts. No, not very many.
Nope, they're all wearing clothes for some reason.
You know, there's one that pops up all the time, which is a man in a top hat. He's a very common one. Oh, do you think Narc that there's like a cellar outside?
Yeah, I thought. I mean, it basically said go to this room and there'll be a secret thing. And oh, hello.
Kitty.
Poor kitty. Bloodless says,
kitty.
now, I'm not superstitious, but when it's dark, I believe all sorts of shit.
All right, so now it gives me a quest marker and it says go inside. That's fine.
Yeah, but that's just your safety mechanisms just kicking on, your adrenaline spiking, and your general fear that all animals have in dark environments when they're fear of becoming prey, and that's all internal. That's not an external force acting
Crap.
on you. That's your imagination running away with you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why ghosts are scary.
And yeah, but they're
And aliens too.
the
Aliens
ghosts
are
aren't
scary.
scary. You're scared
Oh,
of
okay.
an imaginary
Tesla trap.
ghost.
In the dark. Yeah.
Okay, well
But
that's
in
different.
video games, imaginary things are real. That's why ghosts are scary in video games.
Bloodless says the scariest thing is having that being watched feeling when you're alone.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever had that.
I have it sometimes, and then I turn on all the lights in my apartment and I go look around, and then I look in all my closets and no one's there, so then I'm okay.
See, for me, I would be looking for like surveillance devices of some kind and be worried I'm being observed through technology, not through some astral, spiritual.
You know
Ghosts are
what?
close.
I am not worried about that. They'll see nothing.
I know,
I'm a
I've seen your
never
room.
nude.
Nothing to see. So,
I
not to
wear a
mention your
bathing
antenna's
suit
on
in
the floor. Yeah, what's with the sports memorabilia? Is that your retirement plan, or?
What do you mean?
Well, you have all these.
That's ski sword.
things.
You have all these different signed sports things.
You just get things over the years.
It's just a collection?
The pennants, those are from either baseball teams that I like or schools I have attended.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got University of Michigan, Eastern Michigan, University of Southern Florida, Oakland University. All of these different places have scammed me out of money while I was trying to get an education.
I was wondering. Bloodless says, yeah, he does the same thing. I think he was referring to the surveillance.
Yeah, good. Smart man.
So, Narc, have you found your thing yet?
No.
Yeah, see, this is part of the game that I started to get somewhat bored with. I mean, there's only so much rubble one can scavenge.
It's definitely down from here, and it was saying something about a secret door opened up, but if anything opened up, I didn't see it.
Is there a hole in the floor or something?
No.
Or a trap door?
All right, here's what we do. We got to treat it as a maze. Get on the left side of the building, get on a wall, and hug that wall forever. Hopefully a door will open.
Yeah, a door wall of some kind. Bloodlust says, yeah, I feel more comfortable with all the lights on,
Do I
even
make
if it makes
sense?
them more visible. Yeah, see, that's my feeling, that if all the lights are on, all you're doing is lighting up yourself. You're making you more visible to anything else that potentially might be there. Whereas if you're in the dark, you have a chance of actually hiding from, say, it said whatever.
Front porch area.
No!
Wait a minute, there's a door
You're
there, is that
silly.
it?
Garage?
Well, actually, Narc, so...
What?
Well, you know how this game kind of works. Sometimes you're in the same building as it, but you still have to walk outside into the building to get there. So maybe
As far as I can tell, it's supposed to be the fireplace. The fireplace was supposed to open, and it hasn't.
Oh, Phil Mysterious is in the chat. Hi, Phil. He says, yeah, the piano sounds are good because it's a mutant, the red piano. And he says, good morning, everybody. He says, Fallout 76 Maze Simulator. Yeah, it's certainly feeling that way, Phil. I feel like we've been down this hallway 9 times already.
All right, now it's saying this is the secret.
Is it behind one of the paintings or something, or behind the? Well, what's big enough to be a door? I mean, you've got these armoire type things. Is it behind those? Yeah, behind there somewhere.
No,
Can you pick them up? Set them on fire? Explode them? Yeah. Okay. Check. There it is.
Okay. And the guy doesn't say anything about that. It basically just says the wall will open up, and
Well,
nothing
there's
was
the
opening
wall.
up.
It opened up. Oh my God! Laser beams.
There you go.
And now what?
I was worried those were all going to explode, but
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
Wow, you're like never pay attention to what you're supposed to be looking at.
Please proceed to a terminal for registration.
Oh, cool. We get to register. So this is another vault, or
No. This is the headquarters of the Mistresses of Mystery.
dun 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 dun. Mysterious.
Why
Okay,
are they
so
all dead? This is something I don't get about this new one.
We don't know. It's a mystery.
We've got people because we're not long after the bombs fell. I mean, we are. We're like a lifetime afterwards.
25 years. 25 years. In other words, within the lifetime, young adults go into Vault 76 and they come out as middle-aged jerks. Basically.
As opposed to
Spoken
what?
like a true young adult who has discovered that he is now a middle-aged jerk.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Bloodlust says you're about to get cubed, boy. Yeah, I was worrying about when I saw the beams, and he just walks through them. I'm like, oh my God.
No. If they're hostile, they'll be red. They use these same security systems, and if they don't actually hurt you, it just treats it like a wall. So you can attempt to go through one that's not open, and it won't kill you.
Okay, I thought it was gonna sticky fly electronic paper.
If you do not have a mentor, one will be assigned to you.
Anyway, I don't like that everyone's dead.
There are a lot of people who don't like that. It's a conscious design choice in that you're only ever interacting with non-humans, holotapes, notes, robots, not live humans. All of the live humans who did not go into a vault and who survived on the surface basically have been killed off by one thing or another. Some of them, became infected Scorch. Some just killed each other. Some became raiders and killed each other or themselves. Lots of things happen. But the idea basically here is that the first wave of people trying to rebuild society post-war failed utterly and they're all dead. And you're picking up the threads of the things they were trying to do that they automated or left notes about, stuff they left here and said, we formed a group, we're trying to do this. And so the game rewards you with XP for doing the things that those people were trying to do.
Right, but hold up a second. I don't understand why Funk would say that, because he hates people. You would think that he would want to be by himself and have nobody around at all.
Oh no, in video games, I hate being alone because it's scary. I have to have a friend with me in video games.
Okay, so is the problem that there's no companion? Because, Fallout 3 and 4 and Vegas are all single-player games.
Yeah, and they all had companions and things.
When I play those games without a companion, I consider them very scary. And I don't like the ghouls because the ghouls are scary, and I put on the radio so I'm less scared.
Okay, I have to use the fabricator to repair my veil.
I can't believe I actually heard you say that.
I love the little animated character for this quest. It's awesome.
Wow, I think Narc's working out some of his own personal issues here.
I'm also thinking,
No,
should I alter my character to fit this? Oh, you cannot change your appearance? No, wait a minute. I thought this game told me I could change my appearance whenever I want. Now it's saying I can't? Boo.
Well, appearance is one thing. Changing your gender is another.
No, that's supposed to be totally and completely allowed at any time. This is the first time I've seen it basically say, no, you can't do that now. Maybe I have to exit to the menu. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
So it probably just, it must have, I don't know. The game's
I think
weird.
he's getting in touch with his inner Tim Curry.
Fabrication system instructions. Hello, ladies. Meet the newest addition to our production facility, the Order of Mystery's automated fabrication system. Roderick Frankenstein. Yeah, you know what's more terrifying than ghouls? Cazadors. Yes, you are right about that. Cazadors are terrible.
Does that mean you're going to want to do the time warp?
Okay, so that replaced my worn veil with a regular veil. Veil of Secrets.
I don't know what's better or worse, seeing him dressed like this or having him actually want to change to be a woman.
Well, temporarily, you can just do it.
Change to be a woman.
Yeah, I may have to quit the menu. Let's see if I can do it here.
See now.
Oh, now I can do it. I guess I was mid quest step.
I use girl characters on a lot of video games, is because of a Bethesda game. In Fallout 3, there was a perk called Black Widow, where you would do more damage to men in the game, and the game was 85% male. So I picked a girl character, and then I've since been doing that fully trained by Bethesda.
Bloodlust says it's just a step to the left. Which is good. No, personally, I always pick the models really because they were smaller targets.
Make her Conan the Barbarian.
They're more attractive to look at, and I don't want to be staring at a guy's ass for years when I'm running around everywhere.
Yeah, that's a common thing. You know what's interesting? There's a study done, and I do not know if it was a good study, but there was a study done that says that people identify with the characters they're playing in video games. Now that sounds obvious, but what it means is when gamers were playing games where their protagonist was of the opposite gender or a different gender, they would, for a short time thereafter, like respond to the wrong pronouns for just a little while, and like not really, but the brain would recognize the she or the her or something like that as oh, could that be me, and things like that.
Where's the hair?
Sounds like a
It's pretty
behavioral
weird.
science study in the happening.
Is the hair in extras?
No, okay, I gotta click on
Oh,
it.
there it is.
Yeah, everything's selectable. You got to do it. To be honest, I've never been happy with a lot of the style I had for a lot of stuff, both in Destiny and this one.
I don't like that that you're forced to have incredibly dirty, greasy hair in this game, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Or have a mohawk.
Phil says he also picks up female characters in games because they tend to have cooler hairstyles and fashion sense. Yeah, that I would also totally agree.
They often do.
Is there a reason why every character in this thing always ends up being older?
Older than what?
Well, the first character that you picked for this one was a woman, was obviously quite elderly. And I remember when I picked a guy, he was also quite elderly.
This
And
one
I don't know
looks
whether it was just
30.
random or whatnot, but I have yet to find any young, attractive Bethesda characters as being a selectable default.
All right, can't really tell with a veil on. I guess. Okay.
Phil said, yeah, I just got Destiny 2, and his female warlock has a cool mohawk and awesome robe.
Neat.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of
Well,
robes.
you got to make sure you don't get the one with the faux hawk. I made that mistake, and the back of her head is stupid.
Okay, so now we gotta listen
Yes,
to a
I remember that.
holotape. The initiate holotape.
I don't think I like mohawks and chicks, though.
I do.
Really?
The more goth they look, the better.
Oh, God.
That sounds like really crass, but
It does.
It's just
But
like-
I don't know.
I wonder why it sounds that way. Let me think.
Are you trying to get into your inner Thunderdome? Is that it?
no, I like in video games. I like, you know what? I genuinely think that like the Matrix, it was totally cool, and that weird fashion of the late '90s
Dressed all in black
cyberpunk
sunglasses look?
goth is boss. So when I create
Really?
video game characters, I go for late '90s cyberpunk goth.
Okay. Every time somebody says goth to me, all I can think of is those annoying little teenagers in South Park. Bloodlust
Right.
is...
That's a little weird.
Yeah, it depends on what role playing in. You know, for a Fallout 4, it made more sense for him to be a male character most of the time. Yeah, in a post-apocalyptic environment like this one, I think it would physically be more logical to be a male, simply because there are a lot of strength-related items and whatnot that come into gameplay. So mentally, I would probably think that. But aesthetically, I mean, the first time we played this, I picked a female character. When I started Destiny 1, I started out with an Exo, and then went to a female Titan and then a female Hunter. And then for D2, I actually just went all female, all Awoken. So...
You made new characters for Destiny 2?
I did for... Yes, I eliminated my old Warlock. I eliminated the Exo that I started with, and I started out with a new female Awoken.
Okay, Narc.
Fuck, you dropped out there.
The transistor was invented in the Fallout universe slightly before the bombs fell, right?
Well, later than everything else. I have to admit, I don't think they're entirely consistent about that. They show lots of tube-based technologies. Like if you show the here, let me bring up the Pip-Boy in the regular experience. I mean, there's visible tubes there. The TVs are CRT tubes. Vacuum tubes are items in the world. Items are presented as having and using vacuum tubes. But at the same time, there's also things they call chips. And like from the very first game, like the quest item in Fallout 1 to fix the water purifier in your vault is a water chip. It is presented as a board of circuits with an IC on it.
Right.
So they did exist, but they are not the dominant technologies. The dominant technologies are vacuum tubes and nuclear reactors.
So, is it because that they're expensive, or they're just not as good as the vacuum tubes at this point?
I don't know, maybe a little both. Order of Mysteries, Order of
Phil
Mysteries.
says the
Okay, and this
Awoken are
two.
clearly the best. I would agree. At least until Bungo lets you play as a Fallen. Bloodlust says, yeah, what would you think about a Guardian,
That would be
Fallen,
cool.
Hive, etc.? I always thought
I
that
want to
Bungo...
quad wield guns.
Do you?
Quad wield?
Yeah, he's got a thing for that. I always thought at some point the way that Bungo always has, former enemies
okay.
becoming friends.
Okay,
I
hold
always thought
on.
We were going to team up with the Fallen at some point.
Okay, so this is the one I have to play here. This one.
Hello.
Oh, here we go.
Welcome to the Order of Mysteries. I'm sure you're a little nervous. I know. It's a lot to take in. But the girls wouldn't have invited you here if they didn't think you were
Really
ready.
quiet.
That sounds really dirty.
I began training the girls we adopted to fight like the Mistress of Mystery, the hero I played for all those years on the radio. Does that sound a little silly? I suppose it did to me too, at first. But the world...
None of these sliders seem to affect that.
It needs people with the strength to face the darkness, the will to survive against
Radio doesn't
any
affect
odds.
it?
No.
It needs you. It's time for you to join our sisterhood. The Order of the Mistresses of Mystery. You won't have to walk this path alone. For the next few months, you'll be training with one of your sisters. If you have someone you want to work with, that's fine. If not, Kryptos will assign you a mentor. And as soon as I get back, we'll sit down for tea. Just the two of us. I promise.
And we'll do each other's hair. I love how she says she's fighting the darkness, and all of a sudden I got Bungie flashbacks there. To be honest, when D2 actually came out, I wanted to play as a frame. I always thought it would have been really, really cool to actually have a frame
Interesting.
that
I
you
have
could
full call. Hold on.
put armor on and change the colors and do all kinds of stuff with that.
Okay.
The exos were cool, but only to a point.
Apparently it's effects, but unfortunately, so holotypes are on the same volume slider with
They compete.
guns. So so you better not be trying to listen to one while there's gunfire, because that's not going to work. Okay, so now we need to go to Lewisburg to meet somebody, or I guess like if they were alive, we would be meeting them, but they're not. So
Yeah.
and Lewisburg, I think I haven't been there, so it's going to be good. It's going to bring me a place I haven't bothered to go to yet.
Lewisburg. Well, that's going to be fun. Phil says, yeah, I think Bungie is building up to playable fall in this.
Yeah.
Something that happened in the
Lewisburg.
future. That would be kind of interesting. The captain thing that they had that was somewhat friendly, that made me think that there was going to be much more of an alliance. But when the Cabal were going to blow up the sun, I thought it seemed logical to get some help. And it seemed that it was in the Fallen's best interest to stop the sun from exploding, because it would have, killed everything in the system.
Okay, I'm going to fast travel this radio tower and then walk from there. It's not that far.
How many caps did it cost you?
2.
Oh, okay, so that's not that bad.
Yeah, you can always fast travel for free to your own camp, no matter how far away it is, or to Vault 76. So you can gain the cost a little bit by going in 2 jumps if you want to.
Yeah. Can you cheat?
Yes, you
cheat
can.
To the middle. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
You didn't do that with the.
No, because my camp is further away than the place I'm going to.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't sure. Well, your camp's like almost in the middle of the map, isn't it?
No, it's like in the bottom right, actually.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah. If you look, this is my camp over here, and this is the bottom corner of the map. So I'm not quite in the far corner, but I'm close to it. Where we are right now is right here. This is the house we were in just here, the Riverside Manor, and Vault 76 is up here. Not quite top left, but kind of like middle left. But so the place I was going and the place I came from, these are all closer to each other than
Right.
either of these other locations. So nothing to be gamed by doing that.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And now I want to turn around and go
Also
south.
some item lore that tells the story of a stride team consisting of a warlock, a hunter, and a fallen captain. And that I think would be cool. I think that would be kind of neat in the story if it were actually to go that far. Because, I mean, we've had Varric, so obviously there are some fallen that are, you don't have to lop off their heads.
Yeah, my camp is kind of on the border between the Savage Divide and the Cranberry Bog.
Oh, Kuda won to the chat. Hi, Kuda. Yeah, he says, yeah, you're at camp on the bottom of the divide. Bloodlust says, yeah, I kind of hope that the city falls in D3. Yeah, I kind of expected the planet.
Isn't that just going to be that's just going to play out like a repeat of the tower falling, though? I mean, they will have already done that.
Well,
it'll feel like they did.
Going to do? What are they going to do this time? Because obviously we're going to have to reset all our inventory back to zero again.
Do they do? I don't. They don't really have to do that. They really don't.
They have to.
Ooh,
they
gold.
know they have to. They know they want
gold
to.
in a cemetery.
They have to come up with a whole new realm of aesthetic.
Okay, now this is the kind of stuff actually that Bethesda is rightfully praised for spending a lot of time off and doing effectively in a way that's amusing to people. And this is done without a note, without a holotape, without a character, without a dialogue, without anything. This is a cemetery.
Coffin?
Oh wait, let me take care of this bug. So this is a coffin. Somebody dug it up. Inside it was a safe. The door of the safe has been blown off.
What's happening? Oh,
just another fly. No big deal. Oh, here I hear more.
Now, the only reason that we had bugs that big back in prehistoric times was that the oxygen density was a lot greater than it is now. So, how are these things getting this big under our gravity and
it's literally just a 50s movie aesthetic, which is radiation makes bugs big. So it's like them. And in fact, there's actually a quest, a really funny quest that I got killed a lot trying to do in Fallout 3. It's called Those. It's where you get introduced to the giant ants
funny.
As enemies,
like that, as opposed to them.
Yes.
Yeah. Bloodlust says, yeah, no. I want the Guardians to lose. Could have all of Earth be abandoned. Well, see, that's what Dead Orbit wanted and expected.
Yeah.
He wants to leave and find something. Oh,
see, if I had a shovel, I could probably dig these up.
I mean, Divinity, we had a hard time digging up graves. I don't think we want to do that.
True. Very true.
Wait a minute, is that a... Yeah, there's a watch there. Is there a
bottle of beer? Yeah.
Bar? What is that? Is this what is that?
That's a weapon mod.
Odd. Yeah, I always expected the Guardians to lose because simply numerically, it really makes no sense that one city against all these other empires is really going to be doing anything. So if you've never been here before, you don't know what the population density.
No idea. No idea. I think you were supposed that they're expecting you to run into this quest earlier because they like all the enemies in the house were really low level. They were like level 6 or lower. So if this is the next step of that, I'm not expecting this to be like this should be way easier than the stuff we were just fighting, you know, while I was yeah, there's a super mutant there.
No, there's another one to your right.
Where?
He's like, no, on the porch of the house. Man, you just like literally going past him like 5 times. Beyond that bush. Right there.
He's got a rocket launcher.
He's got a few buddies.
Yeah, he's also got lousy aim.
Well, he probably picked up the one you just sold that is now killing you with it. Phil says, yeah, nobody's got time to dig deep graves in an apocalypse. I totally agree.
Come on. Nope, I guess I don't have any more Molotovs.
Yeah, he's only a 16, though.
Yeah. But they are still tanky. Like, super mutants in general just have a lot of health. That's just the way they are.
Did you heal up from before? Because you were taking lots of bullets from those other guys.
No, I haven't yet. I probably will in a bit.
You probably should. It'd be really embarrassing to drop dead from a couple of 16 super mutants here. Oh my god, we interrupted band practice. Now, why is it you can play here, but you can't do it in Night in the Woods?
I don't have to do anything for this. It's just happening. It's automatic. I need to eat and drink something.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was looking at your hit points and stuff, and they seemed really low.
No, but the thirst and hunger meters have also gone up. So that's...
Yeah, they're going crazy, go nuts.
Oh, and now
You're
somebody's
getting
firing.
shot at.
They're not actually hitting me, though. They may not even be shooting at me. That may be super mutants fighting Scorched. Yeah, there may also be Scorched here, because there are Scorched lots of places. And Scorched will fight everybody, including Super.
So what are we gonna do? Clear the building in the area?
Ooh, nice. Sneak is a real thing. You get there are perks you can take that give you bonus damage that's done while sneaking. So if an enemy gets hit by you when they don't see you,
You're right. Wow, this place is crawling. I think we might.
oh, this is not that bad actually.
What, this is like 5 and 6 though. It seems like a lot.
All right, well, I'm stuck in a zoom mode now.
Oh, geez, seriously?
Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna turn on the light too. It's getting dark.
Okay, I've got some frag grenades.
Oh, is there somebody behind you?
I think there may be one behind me as well. Yes.
Can you try and no scope him?
Oh, and there's another one to my left.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to my original evaluation, saying this place is crawling with them.
I think I'm out of grenades. Yep.
Yeah, you're also really low at hit points.
No,
You talking about?
that's not that lower.
What's the caliber of this sniper?
308.
Oh my god, at that range? Yeah, I'm sorry, you'd be taking half of his head off.
All right. Is that everybody?
I would venture to say probably not.
I would say that one of the biggest differences in the way this game feels as to say Fallout 3 and 4 is that like when you're like if you understand the rhythm of how encounters work in those games, you'll feel that the encounter is about to end, and then this game sends another wave at you. Like there's always like extra enemies after you feel that's normally how these things go, and then it's like it just spawns a whole other group at you.
Now, was that in response to complaints that people had about prior game engagements where they wanted
No.
it was too small?
No, I just think it's how they've decided to alter encounter design for the. Yes, you back.
Yes.
Okay,
yep,
go
yep.
ahead.
Yeah, I think that they make these engagements harder because you can do them as a group, so they go on.
Yes,
a little bit
they've
longer.
never had to worry about that before. And even when they had to worry about companions, they would always put in a limit to how many you could have by saying you can only have one companion, who's like a mercenary who works for you, and then maybe one other one in certain specific missions they give to.
Well, also technically, Cool Colonel and Jizdub they're in your team right now. So
Yeah, they're still. In fact, they're getting. I think if we're still in the team.
Yeah, it looks it.
Yes, that means I'm getting XP and money for stuff they do, and vice versa.
Awesome.
In fact, some people, at least at launch, that was working even when you weren't on the same server. So you could actually be in a different game world and still be not only sharing XP and stuff like that, but there are... In fact, I have a level up to do, so I might as well do it here. I can show this.
I think that should be a thing in Destiny. It kind of is with the clan thing.
Yeah, you can get XP and benefits. You can get rewards for stuff people do even when you're not playing.
Well, you're in a fire team, and if you're together in the same instance or something, that stuff translates. But if you're too far away, it doesn't. So there's a range element there that does not appear to be in this game.
Yeah, I always go with AP. I always do max AP builds.
Yes. Yeah. So now I've got the highest level you can of what used to be Action Boy and is now Action Girl because I changed gender since I started playing this version. I assume when I go back, it'll be called Action Boy again.
Mm-hmm. That's sexist.
Kind of?
Yeah, well, if you are playing a female character, does that mean...
Yes.
Yeah. Do the cards change to a female character? Because they have a little female character companions. I've seen them in the animations.
Some of them do.
Okay, but not all of them.
Is this the first time we've seen Nuka-Cola cups in the game?
It's the first time I remember... This is the first game I remember seeing the cups in, as opposed to just the bottles. I have seen plenty of cups in this game, though.
I can't believe they haven't gotten sued for that Nuka-Cola stuff.
Why? They're using it in marketing, I mean...
Well, no, I mean against certain other cola brands that may think it's encroaching on their trademark and artistic style.
I think it's...
The only...
If anything, I think that helps Coke.
The only part of... Yeah, I mean, I would say, if anything, it's the fact that the design looks like them. The color red and on the other parts of it look like that. But the only part of it that's copyrighted was the word cola.
I would agree it would help them, but, you know, corporations do crazy, stupid, goofy things because corporations do crazy, stupid, goofy things when they try to protect their brands.
Right. If Coca-Cola doesn't... Well, if any corporation doesn't try to defend their trademark, then it can be ruled genericized, which is why Xerox is so against people saying Xerox when they mean copy, or photocopy, because if they don't do it, then they lose Xerox, which would be crazy.
They have utterly failed to do that, though. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's another...
But because they try, they still have it.
Yeah, Phil says, yeah, Bethesda could claim satire. I totally agree.
That'd be harder than you think. You can't just call something satire to have it be satire. Like this isn't...
They would be effective. I would say that they would do it.
In fact, actually, what's her name there? That YouTube channel I linked you to the other day, Lindsay Ellis, actually did a good explainer video on fair use parody exceptions and paid product placements. And it basically says, like, this probably isn't satire or parody of Coca-Cola because nothing about the game or the design of this actually criticizes or makes fun of Coca-Cola itself.
It's just there.
Now, some of the content that's like in the Nuka-Cola factories, the holotape content where they tell you about the behavior of the Nuka-Cola company within the universe, that could be. Okay, orders of Mr.
Right.
Good morning. I'm sorry to drop this on you. Tiana hasn't reported in from her last mission. Olivia and I are heading out to investigate. I have a lead on a raider scouting party. I need you to follow up on it. Standard protocol. Secure the location, look for signs of raider activity, and report back to the manor. Be careful, dear. I can't bear to lose anyone else.
Sure you can.
I think I need to take off my hat. It does not look good with this.
Bill says, I just watched that Lindsay Ellis video.
Yeah. Yeah, it came out like yesterday.
Did you? I don't know if I've looked at
I
that
just
yet.
watched a video.
Yeah?
Yes.
Good?
It was Captain Disillusion debunking a baseball thing.
There's actually a guy over there named Captain Disillusion.
Oh yeah, he's great. Okay, so Captain Disillusion. So when a lot of hoax videos float around on the internet,
Yeah.
some of them are visual effects, and he's a visual effects guy, so he will debunk the obviously faked.
Yeah, the
visual
After Effects videos people make.
Yeah, but some of them look really good, and you don't know that. The only way you know that they're visual effects is because they show something. What the heck? Because they show something wildly implausible.
Right. Well,
Were you what the hecking about this one?
Yeah, he scared me.
Oh, okay. But you know what it is, right? I mean,
yeah. Phil says, yeah, but Bethesda could claim that the satire, consumerist culture and radiation being all that's left after they destroy the world, and that could make it satire.
true, but that's not specific to Coca-Cola, though. See, that's general.
I think if Coke wanted to sue him, they could.
They could almost certainly
obviously,
sue them effectively enough to force a settlement, which is usually what happens.
Or for them to rebrand everything so that it's an actual
I think
Coke
could
product.
get money from them if they wanted.
Yeah. No, that I absolutely believe that. You sue people that have money to get their money, and you sue people who don't to make them stop whatever they're doing entirely.
Or I've got an idea that they could team up with the guys who did Thimbleweed, and they could just be selling Poopsie instead.
I'm not sure guys who did Thimbleweed have any meaningful connections.
Oh, none. But they had soda in their game called Poopsie.
Did somebody just enter this area?
Probably.
I think all the stupid mutants just respawned.
Where'd you go?
Well, at least you're on a roof.
Gonna find. Gonna kill you.
Yep. Yep, that's the one down there with the rocket launcher.
Wow. Okay, does that mean we need to fast travel out of here?
You cannot fast travel when enemies are nearby.
Can you run like a screaming girl?
I could do that.
Because you are at this particular moment in time. So that would not be sexist, that'd just be accurate.
On the other hand, these guys really can't hit me up here.
Well, that's just it. I mean,
Okay, so here's my objective. I was up here anyway. Easy pickings. Not to be confused with slim pickings.
do we have time to read a journal right now?
Been eyeing Lewisburg for a while now. It's actually impressive they stayed organized this long, but we found a weak spot. The stupid sky gardens, they pretend clean the air. They've got bridges connecting the gardens across most rooftops in the city. If we get up there, it's easy pickings on everyone below. Yeah, so they're like, stop here, you can kill everybody.
Whenever you see a note in Fallout, like a handwritten note, it always seems like it should be the lusty Argonian maid.
Really? That's the first thing in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the most famous book in the Elder Scrolls.
Little one says, a tour?
Oh yeah, I didn't like the only agenda I had for this was like, I'll show you a bunch of places, I'll show you my base, I'll show you this workshop that with the thing that makes vertebrates. Oh, actually, you know what? That's what I'll do. Hold on a second.
What? Vertibird out of here?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna vertebrate out of here. That's something you can't do. You can only do that in Fallout 4. But I do have some of the. I should have picked up some of the. Do I not have them?
I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit. The only way to be sure.
Okay, I swear I picked up some of those flares.
The ones you wanted to throw up? Did you leave them because you were overweight?
No.
I would laugh my head off if we go back to the video when you did.
Yeah, they're like grenades. Yeah.
Good morning. I'm sorry to drop this on you. Tiana hasn't reported in from her last mission. Olivia and I are heading out to investigate. I have a lead on a raider scouting party. I need you to follow up on it. Standard protocol. Secure the location, Look for signs of raider activity and report back to the manor. Be careful, dear. I can't bear to lose anyone else.
And over
Blackstar, would you like me to read and read some of the lusty Argonian maid for you?
I
Do it.
don't think we need that.
Okay.
You seem intent.
The Argonians are like the lizard people in Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I think they have something similar in Divinity.
Okay, so it's a play, and the Argonian is called Lifts Her Tail. Okay, that's her name. But you know what? I'll just do her in a girl voice, and then the other guy's a boy voice. All right, so you open up the book, and you're in the middle of a scene, and he says, and the girl says, "Certainly not, kind sir. I am here but to clean your chambers." Is that all you have come for, little one? My chambers? I have no idea what it is you imply, master. I am but a poor Argonian maid. So you are, my dumpling, and a good one at that. Such strong legs and shapely tail. You embarrass me, sir. Fear not. You are safe here with me. I must finish my cleaning, sir. The mistress will have my head if I do not.
She talking to an orc? She talking to an orc?
No. Well, perhaps, but I don't think so.
Bill says the stream just got an
I have
NC-17
something
ready.
for you. Here, polish my spear. But it is huge. It could take me all night. Plenty of time, my sweet. Plenty of time.
Oh, God.
So that one appeared in Morrowind and Oblivion. But in Skyrim, there was another scene added about a loaf. And fitting a big loaf in a small oven. But that's not important right now.
No, I wouldn't think so. Not
and how the loaf was not yet ready for baking because it hasn't risen yet. And that she has to knead the loaf. You know. That's good stuff.
Gotta love the metaphors.
Something I think that Bethesda could improve upon is the lore books in the Elder Scrolls, because they've been using the same ones basically. They've been adding a few of them, but they've been basically using the same ones since Morrowind, and they're like they've got like a little 800 bytes or something. They're very short.
Uh-oh, he's surrounded.
I think they should make them more.
Can you go to your sword? I think a melee weapon would be better at this range.
No, the sword doesn't quite do the same damage.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of the swords in my mind.
If swords did as much damage as shotguns, we'd still be using.
Well,
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Close range.
If you walk down an alley and then there's a guy with a shotgun, are you more scared than if there's a guy with a sword when you walk down an alley?
At range, yes. In close quarters, no.
Okay, how about this?
Because the sword
You wake
can
up.
hurt you from many, many directions and motions and movements, whereas the shotgun is basically a single direction weapon, of which at close quarters you have a chance of either evading, deflecting, moving, or in some way getting around where that shotgun would then be lethal.
Okay, how about this? You wake up in your tent because you've been camping for some reason. You wake up in your tent, and then there's a guy in your tent looking at you, and he's got a shotgun, or he has a sword. Which one's scarier?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, literally trapped in a tent. Again, you can kick the shotgun to the side, and maybe you'll go deaf, but you have a chance of grabbing at least, whereas a sword, you can't really grab a sword, deflect the sword at that. No, I think the sword would definitely be more scary. Because you
I
can get
think so,
impaled, you
too.
can get cut, you can get run through. You can whack it really hard and behead you. It can chop your hand off, or slice open an artery or something really quick.
I think it's probably crazy. Like, a lot of guys have a shotgun, so if you see a guy pointing a shotgun at you, maybe you just do what he says, give him your money, and you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Sword guy, you've got no idea what's going on with him.
Well, yeah, that just makes it scarier. So
Yeah.
I'm still leaning towards sword.
Now, what if he was a ghost?
A naked ghost with
A
no
naked
clothes,
ghost with a sword.
holding a sword. Well, there's no way you can hold it because ghost.
A ghost sword.
Ghost sword I wouldn't fear at all whatsoever.
Okay, it's a poltergeist ghost that is holding a corporeal sword. It is real.
Yeah, I'd still be trying to mentally get past the ghost thing.
Okay, how about this?
Hold on,
Alien,
we got the text here. Hold on.
alien with a gun, or ghost with a sword.
Alien with a gun, I'd definitely be scared of more.
Really?
Well, yeah,
Yeah, me
because
too.
aliens are real and it's a gun.
Right. Well, first of all, aliens aren't real.
Yes, they are.
They're not real.
Aliens are totally real.
There's no aliens.
It is mathematically incongruous that we are the only life forms existing in the universe right now.
Nah, we're all that's it.
No,
Something
not
that I
even
used to
mathematically
irritate
possible.
students with
Not
is
even
they would like
mathematically
say
possible.
things like, I'd tell them something cool like, that star's 800 light years away, which means there's absolutely nothing. There's just no atoms basically between our atmosphere. That star 800 light years away, then they'd say things like, "Oh man, it really makes you feel stuff."
Standard protocol. Secure the location.
Oh yeah, I played this tape 3 times. It still says meet the person, but I think I'm actually supposed to do the second part of this, which is go report back to the computer in the basement, so I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I don't like these ping-pongy type things.
So
Phyllis' ghost with a sword is way scarier.
Significant. I'm like, yeah, you really know your place in the universe, which is the master of the universe, because you're all that matters, because there's nothing out there. And they get mad at me.
Yeah, because I don't believe that.
Nah, there's no aliens. You're fine. We're the only life that's ever existed.
No, we're just the only life that we know is currently existing. There's a difference.
Nah.
There's not a practical difference. I mean, like, if
ever happened.
Yeah, as far as we know, there's no practical difference whatsoever considering our short lifespans. But for the simple fact to say that they don't exist, I'm sorry, it's just not mathematically possible.
Of course it is.
There's 800 million galaxies out there. So,
yeah. And none of them have life except ours. This is easy. Come on. Get your head out of your ass. Duh.
Phil says ghost with a sword is way scarier. I can't see that because ghosts aren't real. So.
Ghosts are definitely less real than aliens, but both aren't real.
Of course, aliens are real.
They're totally not. But like, if I saw an alien, I would be more scared than if I saw a ghost. Too.
What if he had a sword?
Okay.
I would think an alien smart enough to be an alien wouldn't need a sword
Alien
at that
no
stage.
sword versus ghost with sword. I still think alien's scarier.
Tell you what, let me put it this way. If we were to go to another planet in our solar system and find another form of life, even if it's something simple like bacteria, would you then tell me that aliens are not real?
No, I would say that they are real, but I don't think that there is life on other planets that didn't originate on Earth first. So there.
Okay. Well, there's already evidence on Mars that's already happened yet. So, just the fact that there wasn't enough magnetism on Mars to hold in the atmosphere and the planet freeze dried, it doesn't negate the fact that life could have originated on other planets than our own. So even if we were to find it in our own solar system,
it was Earth.
That would prove that aliens are real. Therefore, mathematically, I'm sorry, I just find it impossible out of 800 million
Show me the life of
galaxies, not the star systems, galaxies, that there isn't bacteria out there.
Show
I'm sorry,
it to me.
It doesn't make sense.
Nah, it's not real.
There's no bacteria anywhere. It's just us.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. There's bacteria there in between 800 galaxies worth of space. I'm sorry.
Was this not? Was this not the room it was in? Is this not where the secret thing was?
Do you have to redo the secret?
Well, there's a panel that you knocked away, but it was only after you did something that revealed.
I'm still wearing the panel. Maybe. Oh, can you not be in power armor? Is that it?
Well, yeah, you took it off, didn't you?
Yeah. Okay. You have to approach that corner with the veil on, and you can't be in power armor.
Koodle one says, yeah, you can take the Pawalski terminals.
Oh, yeah. You know, I tried getting in there the last time, and I think it was because I hadn't started this quest yet. They didn't open, but yeah, there's another way to get in and out of this from the outside without going through the mansion. I haven't gone over to it yet.
Yeah, it says a secret entrance.
I'll check it on the way out. It's the El Cheapo Fallout shelters, the ones that are just the tubes, the one that say nuclear. Oh, somebody's shooting at me. Who's down here?
Koodle one says, are they paying attention to chat by any chance? Yes, we are. We're just arguing.
Hey guys, did you bring up when you talked about the canvas bag? You mentioned that YouTubers got a canvas bag for free that they were bribing.
I heard that there were some YouTubers that actually did get the helmet. Yongya being one of them, but he got the crappy bag type. He got the nylon one.
Yeah, because those were sold together as this overpriced thing.
Yeah, and we got two responses from the company. One said that it was just not financially worth it, and the other one was the marketing one were just test cases, so they may not have been more than one or very few.
Right. But so far, all they've offered to people is like $5 of credit in the in-game microtransaction store, which is really not a great.
No, not even close for a $200 special edition.
Well, there's some new information that came out this morning.
Oh, really? Have they backed off of that? I mean, they should have by now.
And helmets and bags actually cost to manufacture.
Oh no, they haven't backed off.
No?
Of that.
Oh no.
The new information that came out was they gave many dozens of canvas bags to YouTube influencers and flew them out.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, there were people who got flown out to the Greenbrier Resorts or a supervised play thing that they all do now. So maybe they screwed up. Did they give all those bags to those people and they didn't have anybody for the ones who bought the other thing?
Surprised.
They are slightly different canvas bags.
Oh, the ones they're giving people now are not canvas at all. They're nylon.
But like the design, these are like backpack-looking bags.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's not the same. It's not the same thing.
Still, so they like bought the canvas in the bag factory and then made them for these other bags.
Are they ending up on eBay at all? Because I would laugh my ass off if that was the case. I'm gonna go look.
But
even in the Fallout universe, canvas is not rare. I mean,
right. It'd be one thing if they're duct tape bags. That's a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. Excess adhesive.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm gonna go log in as Natasha in the terminal here. Now that nobody's shooting at me, or trying to shoot at me from another floor, which is what they were doing a minute ago.
Yeah, somebody is selling the duffel bag only for like $22. Let me look at this thing.
Wait, the nylon duffel bag?
I assume the good one. I assume somebody who was an influencer selling the good one. I mean,
you tell me the difference because I'm going to see if I can look in the description. But here's the link.
Put it in the public chat too if you can.
See, I can't put links in the text chat.
Oh, does it not let you?
No. Here, I'll try, but okay. Yeah, all right. It did now. Yeah, that's the eBay one that I'm looking there. No refunds, all sales final. Brand new, unused, unopened item, including handmade items. Duffel bag, brand new, factory packaging, rare items, sold as Power Armor Edition, excellent condition. Yeah, this looks like the nylon one. Yeah, that doesn't look like canvas, it's way too shiny. Yeah, somebody's selling it on eBay for like $22. Wow, somebody's trying to sell the helmet and bag for 100.
That's a discount. Because you paid $220 for the game, the stupid bag, and the helmet.
Yeah, they're trying to sell the carry bags for like between 20 and 30 bucks. And oh my god, somebody is trying to sell it the helmet and the duffel bag collector's edition, no game. He's trying to buy it now for $220.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
you just go to a Best Buy and pick up one of the ones that people have returned.
Go figure.
Okay, so
helmet for
I got the password off another Mistress of Mystery off that other corpse. Yeah. I then logged in as her and promoted myself to the next rank in the organization.
Oh, here's a slick guy who's trying to sell it by using the promotional material that has a picture of the canvas one.
I already... Did I not get that holotape?
Possibly no.
Authorize. Oh, the fabricator. Okay, so I need to go to the fabricator.
Yeah, the 111 vault bags all look better. They all look of a much higher quality. Yeah, these are actual bags.
Oh, initiate. Okay, I can't...
Have you guys seen the apologists who non-ironically are praising the server disconnects and the game crashes as useful because it makes sure they go to the bathroom and eat something?
Wow, I didn't think that there was that much of a risk in this particular title, that people would just be addicted to it to the point of not taking care of that.
If I have learned anything about gamers in my life, it's they can be addicted to anything.
Well, that I definitely believe. I just don't think this inducively could be one of those things.
Oh my god.
It's
you think
not that
you know
good.
how I've mentioned a few times that I play this game called Out of the Park Baseball, the spreadsheet simulator of baseball?
Yes, I vaguely remember that.
I sit there.
Now I have
like last week for 8 hours just watching the games progress and my guys getting more and more hits. Just looking at numbers for 8 hours.
Now I have a frilly version of the dress.
Cool outfit.
I don't know which is worse, your frilly version of the dress or the fact that he spent 8 hours watching a spreadsheet.
Oh, I know which is.
So I built the team and I constructed it so perfectly. One of my guys got 400 RBIs in a season.
Wow, that's not mathematically possible, but okay.
Totally possible. We averaged 10 runs a game. It was awesome.
10 runs. 10 runs a game. Oh my god. Who were they playing against? Like Little League? T-ball?
One of the things I did was, well, it doesn't matter. Look,
the opposing team were all composed of 8-year-olds.
It's really dumb. The point is, it's dumb, and I played that game for a long time.
I believe it.
When I should have slept. Like, I didn't sleep. I played that stupid game.
Yeah, that's awful. No, there was a game that Narc and I had, I think it was on the Amiga, that was actually a movie-making simulator where you picked actors and writers and directors and whatnot.
That sounds awesome.
Is it called The Movies? Was it that?
It was all near statistical, where you basically released a movie on a certain date and you saw how it racked up week over week to get money.
It's kind of like there's one like that for game development.
Yeah. So,
have you guys played that game dev simulator game?
No, I haven't. I've seen it played.
It's
Kudawan says just use the tattered dress because the garb removes armor. Oh, it does?
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so the tattered dress you can wear with armor. The garb is a full outfit. It's basically crappy armor.
So,
okay, yeah. So that's not good. We will go back to wearing the other stuff.
I think
have
we
you
did
guys
that
ever
another
heard
time.
the word garb used outside of Renaissance festivals?
I've never heard it used inside of.
Well, he's never been to a Renaissance festival. I've
Okay,
heard it
that's better.
mentioned in other
Thank you
games.
for the tip, Kuda. Barbed walking. This is the most common weapon mod in the game. This damn thing is everywhere and it's useless.
Wire and everything?
Barbed wire mod for a walking cane.
I thought you'd want to put it on like a baseball.
Like that might be useful for like the first hour of this game, but they're everywhere. I guess they're really afraid they didn't want people to miss out on the barbed walking cane.
To me, that makes sense. If it's useful for the first hour,
yeah, it should be common.
Leave it all over the place, just in case.
I love the trash cans.
Taco Bell used to have a trash can where you pressed it, it would go, "Thank you."
What?
Okay, now there should be another holiday.
Really?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It was a thing?
I'm sorry I can't be with you today. But I'm sure
And
the
it was one that
outcome
said,
will honor
okay,
your vows.
so the talking thing said,
Things have been
"Thank
difficult
you,"
for us of late.
but the trash can itself said,
In
"Thanks."
8 years, we only lost one member of our family. In the past 3 months, we've lost 7, all to raider ambushes. I've asked Eve to accelerate our training program. If the worst should happen, we need everyone to be ready. In order to become a full member of the Order, you will need to master the tools of the Mistress of Mystery: sword, shot, and shadow. Work with Eve and your mentor. When the time comes to prove yourself, Kryptos has the details.
Okay. I may need to do random stuff here to level up. Kuda says, the garb does get a jewel amulet going with it that boosts the stats for it, but I still feel the tattered dress is better because you can wear legendary armor. Yes, I think you're right, because I think I've seen people do this quest, and they've gotten the jewel for this thing, and it still doesn't, by the time you're high enough level to do this quest, you probably have armor that's better than the garb even after it's upgraded, so it's not really worth it.
Cledio, Fallout 76. I love the trash cans. I think she meant Blackstar, but yeah. I think I found the talking trash can thing.
What, like a video?
Yeah, was that it?
Wasn't it?
Oh, you didn't hear it?
No.
Hold on. It's hard to tell because he's like banging the trash in there at the same time, but hold on.
Oh, what? What was that?
Yeah, is that the one?
I don't know if that was it, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, he says thank you. Yeah, in this kind of computer voice.
I remember
Cledio
it
says
having a
Blackstar, sorry.
longer
No, it's no
view.
big deal. Everybody goofs that.
Right.
In fact, what's really frustrating is that we have friends, who are named Morningstar.
Okay, here we go.
And there's another guy who likes to be called Black sometimes.
Yes. So
Didn't we
it's
play
like
a game with Black Star, Morning Star, and Black Tiger once?
yes, and everyone was like trying to reference everyone, and nobody who knew who was talking to who. It was terribly goofy.
And there's also that one friend who told us to the cops, so we have a problem with him and narcissism.
Okay, voice of set holiday.
I don't know if that's a thing.
What?
Here we go. Here we go.
Mistress of Mystery is
But
not
if someone
a
tells
sniper.
on you to the cops, you call him
She's
Narc.
not the silver shroud,
right?
leaping into the fray with his
People
silver
still say that,
submachine
right?
gun blazing. But she does carry a pistol. It is a tool, like any other, to be used when the situation requires it.
Like hair
The
curlers.
Mistress's iconic revolver was the voice of Set. It had a variety of powers. To be frank, it did whatever the writers needed it to do. I received more than a few letters about that. But for us, that variety is essential. We need tools capable of meeting any challenge. Your mission is to help expand our options. Kryptos has leads on a number of prototype weapons that were in development before the war. You will be assigned to retrieve one of them. Bring the plans to Frederick and see what he can make of it. He never fails to amaze me.
Yeah, voice of Set. That's a good question. Is that supposed to be a bad spelling of the Egyptian god Set or Sutek? Is that what that's supposed to be?
Set.
Oh, okay.
Cool Call is saying, "Come here," with a little icon. I don't know where he is though. Do I see
God of the underworld in Egyptian mythology, brother of Set? Was Horus, I think.
Here, I'll promote the leader. Unfortunately, there's not a good way to just say, "Show me my friend on the map," who's not, with me right now. So it's like, I'm looking around like where, like sometimes I'm just playing and I get invitations from people. And then the first thing I do is I try to look on the map to see, well, what are they doing right now? Where are they? And like sometimes the invite expires before I can find them. Oh, look, there's Master Chief 1126.
Oh, add him.
Yeah. Kalana also says, yeah, the answer is Jim Cummings. He also voiced Gizmo in The Master. Oh my god, there's a giant bee!
Oh, yeah, you don't want to see those dudes.
No, I wouldn't think so, but oh my god. I can't believe they put him on the map like that. Is there any beachfront property here?
There's a whole watery area up here. There's a swamp. Like, this whole area is kind of like a swamp over here. And there's a water park up in this area. I have not been, like, this is a whole biome here, which is a poison area that I have not been to at all.
No, but after a couple hundred years, you gotta imagine there's gotta be some massive flooding someplace.
Okay, so...
I mean, it is kind of mountainous.
Where?
And there's rivers, and... There must be a lakeside.
What do you guys think about the... what do you guys think about things that were built in the 90s? Or, like, in the 70s or something?
I'm sorry, that's kind of a jump.
Well, I saw... It's got the green... Jeez, what is that called?
Oh, God. Okay. Alright, so to get this gun, and the thing I know that the gun has is... Recruitment Blues. Alright, so Cool Gall's doing the Brotherhood of Steel quest. So he's probably at Defiance. He's probably really near my camp. So that place we were at the other day, Black Star, where I had to fight the Assaultron, and then after I killed everybody, I crashed, and I had to do it all over again?
Yes.
I have to go back there.
Thanks, game. Yeah, Cummings supposedly returned to Fallout as the voice announcer for the rides of Nuka World.
Oh, is that in the... Yeah, okay, that's the DLC for Fallout 4 that I've actually not played.
I thought it was an amusing DLC.
Oh, yeah, because you played it fun?
Yeah, but people who really like role-playing do not like it.
Oh, really? What were their problems?
It was fun. It was okay. There was a lot of ghouls. I don't like ghouls, but it's okay.
People have very specific ideas about what constitutes freedom to roleplay in Fallout. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, not to mention fun. Yeah, can we turn on our flashlight? It's really dark.
But I had a lot of fun in Nuka World. What was I thinking about? Oh,
Who knows?
So, the Fallout universe and our universe kind of separated it, like, right after World War II in the 50s. They separated.
Well, here it's like the 50s just never stopped.
But, like, if we're talking about if we go back in time, if we talk about 1945 in the Fallout universe, it's the same as our 1945. But I think in like 1960, it has become different. I don't think they had a 60s. I think they had you just think it was 50s
and went straight on into the apocalypse.
20 years.
I think they hit 50s and just hit the ceiling.
Like ray gun gothic. There you go. That is the extent of our thing. Perhaps.
Kinda, yeah.
But what do you guys think about things that were built after that divergence still being in the games. It's
That does not bother me at all. I'm not nearly pedantic enough to
You
let
mean
that
that
bother me.
the aesthetic you thought should have been more limited, and that there are certain things that
Yeah,
should
this
not exist?
this world branches before they put fins on Cadillacs, and yet there are still fins on Cadillacs. How can it be possible? I'm like, I don't care. Ask somebody else. I mean, you know,
All the fins
that's
are
kind of my
metal.
answer
How
to
can
that.
Be? Where is my Dyson?
Oh,
What is that?
okay, somebody killed that guy.
Right.
It was me.
On fire. His rockets are still firing.
Maybe he's alive.
He doesn't look alive.
How come you can't just repair and reprogram them so they don't kill you?
By the way, this room is also great for loot, especially if what you're looking for are springs and screws. Because this room is full of desk fans and clipboards, which are deficit items.
Nuclear energy became a much more dominant source of power after World War II.
Yeah, like basically like cars are atomic power. I mean, like if you look at the Nuka-Cola the Nuka-Cola vending machine is ostensibly nuclear powered. The joke about it is that the machine is massive, and yet the area that it contains cooled drinks in is exceedingly small.
Yep.
Oh, there's already an alarm going off in here.
I don't know. I wish
There's somebody
I
else
could
here?
see it. It's really dark. There you go.
Oh crap! Who sees me? See, now somebody sees me because of the light.
Well, they might hear. So what? You got a gun. I love that you carry the power armor that you're supposed to crawl into.
Yes, in your dress somewhere. Yeah.
Gonna beat you to death with my own skull.
No grenade. What? Why don't I?
No, because you used them all on those band of mutant nasties.
Guys, I gotta let you in on something weird in my life. So when you said "Hey, Colonel," I looked up from what I was actually doing.
You were looking for a chicken.
I was
weren't
like,
you?
"Oh, who said hi to me?" Because
You reached the rank of colonel with something, or are you just like
no,
really
when I
like
was
KFC?
working at the butcher place, they made me wear a name tag,
yeah?
and I thought that
which-
was dumb because I don't want to wear a name tag. So I made a name tag that said Colonel Duke LaCroix.
Oh,
And-
you're kidding.
An
Oh,
regular
there is
customer
somebody
said
else
that
here.
I was called the Colonel. So when people say "Hey, Colonel," look up and think they're talking to me.
That made you confused. It's like, oh my god.
Oh,
I'm back at
there's
the
two
meeting.
other people here. Look her up.
Can you wave? Tell them
Yep.
everybody said hi.
Hi.
Excuse me, pardon me. Yeah, Clayton.
Oh, there's three people here.
Wow, they're just like all over the place.
This guy's got the cool. Oh, nope. Sorry, that's the wrong thing. I meant to wait. No, what are you doing?
What are you telling him to? He's gonna shoot you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Clayton says, yeah, Nuclear World has the makings of an alternative start to Fallout 4. Join the Raiders instead of the Minutemen.
Yes.
But it also has the misfortune of being the DLC that occurs after a lot of the story choices. Because of when you do join the Raiders, the game doesn't want you to mess with the core game too much. Much like if there's a companion in your statement, Raiders will say, nah,
There
we're not
is
raiding
the
that.
waypoint.
And if you recruited Preston, he will chastise you for joining the Raiders, but will still always follow you.
Good.
Okay,
screw
yeah.
Preston.
Yeah. Okay, here we are.
This is the terminal you need.
Yeah. Research projects. Focus, Siphon, Pulsar. Here. No, I think these are the ones I already read.
So when do we get the cool laser beam weapons?
I gotta admit, I don't know whether it's because of level or something, but... Okay, EMP research. I've got some of the energy weapons, but they're all very underwhelming.
And you can't upgrade them?
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
Find a way to copy. Get a Project Siphon holotape. Okay.
I thought there were just some like quest lines where you need
so I actually read these logs last time I was here. Basically, like, one guy working in this research center automated a way of doing a weapons test where, like, a fabricator would make a robot, the factory would run the weapon test on the robot, it would then collect the parts and collect data, and then keep doing it. And he, like, set this up and then went on vacation and came back and found out that all the storage capacity of the factory mainframe had been overwritten with his data, and it was crashing the system.
Oh my God.
So here what he's got is, this is the terminal he's working at. He's got all these blank holotapes. He's trying to copy all the data off so that he can finish his research project. But none of these tapes, the amount of data is huge. He can't deal with it because the system keeps crashing, and none of these tapes are big enough to do it. And the game will actually let you can pick up any quantity of these blank holotapes and use it in this terminal to try and keep copying the data. And the number required is so ridiculous that it would you would just be here forever. What it wants you to do is no.
Totally.
What they want you to do is to find a Project Siphon holotape, which is kind of like a bit of spyware. It's a bit of spyware with the capacity to handle a massive amount of data for some reason. So it's like a super holotape.
Is it really bad that when I first saw those things, I really thought that those were buttered toast?
To me, that's weird. To me, they look like packages of cigarettes or cards.
Oh, okay. All right, I can see that. Kaleda says, yeah, the DLC only really works if you liberate the workers, but that results in the Nuka World area being quite empty since the raiders who inhabited it are all dead.
Okay, so there should be a Project Siphon holotape somewhere in this facility.
I wonder if people's experiences who actually did that, they feel very differently about the game versus one where the world was chock full of baddies everywhere.
Nuka World is, you do not generally go back to it.
I wouldn't think so, but at the same time,
it's not a place where you go there once, you explore the heck out of it. It's fun once, and then
right. But
leave.
if your DLC expectation is one thing, and yet when you do it, there's like nobody there, I would see how for some people that would be a very big letdown.
No, there's no one there when you're done with the DLC.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, imagine you play Destiny, and then when you beat Destiny, Earth is empty.
Right. Which is kind of how it feels right now anyway. Actually, my first big disappointment was when, I remember vividly when Narc and I were first engaging our first targets with it, and we wiped them out, and we're in my mind, clearing areas. And
and then they respawn.
We turn around, they're instantly there again. And there were other people that were coming up and also doing the same things, and I suddenly realized, this isn't really an actual world where what you do matters. You're in friggin' Universal Studios where things are popping out of the ground, they fall back down, and then 5 seconds later they pop back up again.
Yeah, it's great.
Kaleda says, yeah, someone did make a mod where you can bring the Minutemen to invade Nuka World, and after the invasion, the Minutemen soldiers would inhabit it.
I heard something about it. There's a bunch of mods for Nuka World to make it a little bit more interesting story-wise, but I never cared.
Yeah, you never went that far. Koodle Ones actually says New Vegas and 3 had way better DLC than 4. Did you guys ever play any of the New Vegas or the DLC for Fallout 3?
That is correct.
Was much higher quality as far as expansions?
No.
He says there were more story to them.
More higher quality expansions, in my opinion, but the only 2 of them were good.
Was it because
Which
of the
2?
setting or?
All right, I lied. 3. It's because of what they had.
Oh, okay.
The Bar Harbor one.
Yep, Bar Harbor was good.
That was good.
Yep.
I did like the machinist one or whatever that is, the mechanist one.
Haven't done that one yet. I bought it, but I never.
It's a very short quest line, very fun. I liked it a lot.
Kalina says that she played it. So.
And then there's the Nuka World one, which I thought was they put a lot of effort was put into that Nuka World DLC, and it was
really
fun, but not totally.
Oh, why?
What happened?
There were apparently mines next to that car.
Oh, so the car blew up, but it didn't get you?
No, I sprinted away, so it didn't affect me.
Hello,
but.
rats. Kalina says, yeah, here's the thing. A lot of what players wanted in Fallout 4's core game were regulated to its DLC. Far Harbor had all the faction-like mechanics that we wanted.
Yeah, it's more like... it's
a much more complex story.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, purple. What does purple mean? Oh, now it's red. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's red.
Yeah, but like I said, see, you can't hurt you. It just blocks your progress.
I thought it was going to
so
be...
I think, so for whatever reason, like this is the secret entrance, is through this elevator.
Okay.
That looks like a Fallout shelter. But for whatever reason, I can't come in this way yet. Maybe because I didn't find my way out through the basement yet, so I've got to go in through the normal door.
You're going to have to get a shot of you and a woman in a dress now.
Oh, yeah, I'll take some pictures.
I don't know what I said earlier, but I'm now going to rank the 3 Fallout DLCs.
The Fallout game?
The 3 Fallout games in terms of DLCs. Number 1, Fallout 3. Number 2, Fallout 4. Number 3, New Vegas, because 2 of the New Vegas DLCs were so bad.
Which 2?
I wanted to quit playing the game.
Wow.
And forced myself to do it while reading a book. And putting on God mode so I didn't have to try.
You better not say Old World Blues, you monster.
Oh, one says you still need to wear the veiled mask.
Were you in that awful casino?
No, that's Dead Money.
Dead Money.
Dead Money's not good.
The worst DLC I've played for any game, including Horse Armor.
No, Old World Blues is with all the disembodied brains in the robots.
No, Old World Blues.
That one's awesome.
Narc, are you wearing your veiled mask?
No, but I haven't gone in yet, so.
Okay.
But I'll have to get out of the power armor to get downstairs.
Well, Koodle says without the veiled mask, you cannot enter the Mistress of Mystery.
Yeah, but technically I still have it on, but I think the game considers me to be not wearing it when I'm in power armor, so I have to get out of the power armor. Oh, so maybe to go down the elevator and in through that grid, I also had to have taken off the power armor. So
probably.
That's all right. No big deal.
Welcome, novice.
Hello, voice.
Okay, so.
Hello, Lift.
Vegas had Dead Money, which had this terrible casino with a dumb story where you couldn't walk outside because the air was poison, and it was scary, and it was unfun, and the loot sucked. Even though there was a lot of loot, it still sucked. Okay? There was Honest Hearts, which was in like Arches National Park or something, out in Utah. That was okay. Then there was Old World Blues, which was very funny, had a lot of character.
Yep.
It was you could do kind of whatever you wanted.
Yeah, and Lonesome Road.
Meanings. And then Lonesome Road was the one that was supposed to kind of wrap up the story a little bit, and that was terrible. It was bad to play. The story was dumb. The guns were dumb. The level design was dumb, and it was a...
Let me guess. Dumb.
It was... you were on rails. It was basically... It was kind of like a
really?
level. Not how it normally is. You were on rails in this one, and that's not very good. It played like a shooter. In these Fallout games, Blackstar, you've never played them, but imagine playing... Oh, jeez. What can I...
It's like everything's slow and nothing's aiming exactly where you want. And you
Like
can't
everything's
fix
delayed?
it. What's that?
Like everything's delayed. Like no matter where you go or what you do, it's not reacting the way you want.
Yeah, I guess. Imagine having to eat with a 7-foot-long fork. And that's like playing. That's how guns work in Fallout.
Yeah, Kuta says, want to know what I'm sad about in Fallout 76 is that there's no flipping anti-materiel rifle. Okay, so Voice of Set is a 44 pistol with a scope that does bonus damage to robots.
Oh, cool. That could be
That sounds useful.
useful, yeah. Yeah, Kaleda says, yeah, the hollow rifle from Dead Money is my New Vegas character's weapon of choice. Lonesome Road had the elite riot gear, my character's #1 choice of wardrobe.
Yeah. I'm partial to the Chinese stealth suit from Fallout 3 myself as the favorite armor, but just because I love doing that. You just basically, like, you crouch, you become invisible, you get such bonus damage, you destroy everything from a billion miles away.
Yeah, Fallout 3's first DLC was like Operation Anchorage or something, and people were really disappointed in it.
Yeah, it's not great, but the loot is good. The stealth suit is why you play that.
A lot of people like the riot gear.
The gear is fantastic, and it was okay but short. It was overpriced. But then they came out with Mothership Zeta and the Pit and the broken.
Zeta's
steel,
good, but it's just too long. And like Zeta overstays its welcome.
I liked it.
Well, I didn't dislike it, but I also feel that like way too many copy-paste rooms of aliens to shoot your way through before getting to whatever the next bit of that's interesting is.
Yeah.
A little too much.
Koodle once says the Chinese stealth suit was all right.
Yeah, well, the Chinese stealth suit is awesome. It's my favorite piece of armor in Fallout.
Oh, that's your favorite?
Yep.
Yeah, everyone
I
in the
just
chat
wore the
seems like the
biggest,
riot gear.
fattest power armor I could in that game.
I don't think I've seen the Chinese one.
I don't think it's in this game.
No.
There are some chameleon armor pieces that make you invisible while you're still or when you're crouching. But I don't think there's like a full Chinese stealth set. In fact, actually, I think there's a bit of lore in a certain location that kind of tells you that like some Chinese agents here were expecting to get it and it didn't come.
Oh, that sounds like Chekhov's Chinese stealth suit to me.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem, right? They try to cover this with, like, look, we got to let players know they shouldn't be trying to get this piece of gear because it's not in this game. And you mentioned how characters in this game wanted this thing and couldn't get it. And then you're like, that must mean they're going to add it later. And people just facepalm. I'm like, oh my god, what are you...
But that was the riot gear's not in this one unless you put in mods, but you can't put in mods in this one?
Not yet, no. They've said they probably want to have mods.
You can hack. People can change the. There's like no verification. We're talking on PC here. There's no verification of your files versus the server's files. So on PC, you can go in there, fully modded out, where all of your guns shoot rockets and you destroy everybody immediately, and it's fine. The server has no idea that that's not okay.
Wow.
It's really weird.
And it hasn't crashed it?
I haven't seen anybody actually do that, though. Some people have done some tests where they claimed, I could totally do that because I don't see anything that's stopping me.
Right.
But I also haven't seen anybody doing anything like that, so I'm not really sure.
I heard about... Now, yeah, I guess this is just hearsay. I heard a guy got banned for it.
No way.
Well,
that sounds awesome.
But that is hearsay. It might not be. It might not be real. You might be right, Narc. They might just be saying you could do this, but you can't.
Now they haven't banned the people who were nuking the server.
Kuda says there is a Chinese stealth suit.
Oh, it's there.
Chekhov's Chinese stealth suit. Knew it.
Now, can you get a preview
Of what?
of the Chinese stealth suit?
I would need the recipe to build it, and I don't.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if you had a preview to show to give people an incentive to go for it. You know what I mean?
No, like generally you have to discover a plan to craft the thing before you can craft the thing. So like if I go over here and I choose craft, it only shows me what what I'm able to build. So headwear, light armor, some helmets,
outfits. What? No heels?
Yeah. Combat armor chest pieces. And the funny thing is that right now is that like whatever I can make is not nearly as good as
press toggle
what you can find.
Items.
Oh, that just removes from the list all the things you don't have the materials or knowledge to make. So if I go in here to light armor and then I press craftable items, but I can craft all of these because I have all the available items.
Cool says, yeah, the Chinese stealth suit is super hard to get because all the hints to find it are so confusing. Has anyone
Like here, I'll show you. It's easier. It'll be easier to see in the weapons crafting list. So let's see, machine guns. Yeah, see, if I toggle, these are the ones I know how to make, but I'm missing the oil. But I can make the syringer. So if I toggle that, it only shows the one I have the materials to make. It makes it just makes the lists easier to browse.
Right, and you can only preview ones that you know how to make. You can't preview something you've never.
Yeah, exactly. So this is not the list of all the weapons. It's just the ones I know how to make.
Cool says, yeah, the first hint about it is from the secret bunker at Mama Dulce's.
Yes, in fact, actually, that's the one where that's the one I'm talking about, where they mention it, where people were expecting to get one, or were working on making one and were failing. But I haven't been there yet, so.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of Chinese camps that will.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those, but then again, I haven't. There's lots of locations I've been. Why can't I make a start? Oh, I have no water.
They didn't have hints in the little Chinese robots you destroy.
Well, the basement of Mama Dolce's is one of the places where Chinese agents are operating. So.
Really?
Yeah.
It would have been hysterical to me if you like killed the robots, but like inside them were like fortunes. Like every time you kill one little Chinese robot, it's a little sad.
I'm short on oil. Darn it, I can't make any more.
Always short on oil.
No, usually I'm always short on plastic, or always short on aluminum, or always short on adhesive.
You guys don't know what always means.
Yeah, I know. My question is, why don't you just set up like an oil refinery or something? And you're putting chairs out.
Really?
That's what I'm wondering. He's gonna put a chair down. He's gonna get a band. Oh no! Get the metal folding chair because that's what Funk is sitting in right now. There you go.
Well,
that's the one.
Joke's on you. I'm laying on my couch because I'm too lazy to sit upright.
I could tell that your mic was sounding different.
Yeah.
Now
So I'm
here's
just
my
yelling
question:
from my couch.
Why don't you just get a mic stand that you can just put over it so when you're lying down on the couch, it sounds normal?
Well, because I would have to unplug my microphone and plug it back into the front of my computer.
Yeah.
And it's all the way on the other side of the room. I can try and adjust my mic. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because I'm sure I have a cheap mic stand I can give you.
Auto mode is unavailable? What?
In fact, there's a
right,
super
fine.
cheap
That's
one on
weird.
Amazon. Let me look.
I have a mic stand. Now my microphone's sitting on my chair.
Okay, so...
Well, my mic stand's got a pop filter and everything. It's great.
No, is that little tripod thing that I saw in your photo?
Yeah, it's a little tripod thing.
No, I mean an actual, like, floor one. So you can just lie on the couch and then just stick it over your face.
Yeah, I want one of those.
All right, let me look.
They're like $100, I bet.
$14. I'm looking at one right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Rockefeller?
I knew you were going to say that. I got one, believe it or not, which is really funny. I ordered a microphone online that was from a scam company that was screwing people through Amazon. And the one thing that they sent me that actually was fine was the cheap ass, like $15 tripod boom mic stand that I gave to Narc, which is what he's using right now.
Right.
So, yeah, here, if you want, I will.
Okay. Kaleido says, have there been any hints of gay characters in Fallout 76? I read this article about a group of Fallout 76 players who were banned for chanting an end to gays. I don't know. I mean, because there are no live human characters, I think there's
A little ironic.
there's always a possibility that somewhere around here there are. Oh wow, there's a guy. There's a level 71 guy with a bounty of 70 on him. Oh, 50. Excuse me.
Like
There
rain on your wedding
there
day.
could be holotapes where. Characters are talking about having a partner of the same gender, and I find it entirely believable that some reactionary dipcraps may have gone off on "don't push your SJW bullshit in my video game" and made nuisances of themselves and gotten themselves banned like morons, and that's fine by me. They can get themselves banned.
I agree with you. That's good, but it was abuse to like a particular player. The news story indicated, or it said that this guy said to somebody, or a player said to another player, "Hey, that's a cute outfit."
Mm-hmm.
And the other player said, "Get out of here with that gay stuff," or something a little bit more rude. And then he got his friends online and created a gay hunting posse.
Oh Jesus, really?
Chanting anti-gay things, and all they did was grief this other player for being supposedly gay.
Wow, that's horrible.
That's a standard that's a ban move.
Hey, cool call.
as well.
I look a little different than I did this morning.
I think you're kind of confusing him terribly.
Oh well,
Wait a minute.
offering
You better hope
trade.
He doesn't form a posse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess not. What was it called? Gay panic? Of people trying to push this idea that like you can be so scared and offended by being, flirted with by someone of the same sex that you panic and do violence, and you can't be blamed for that. I'm like, what? Yeah, that's a thing. Like, yes, that is a thing people are claiming.
That is so dumb.
Yeah, it is. It is ridiculously dumb.
I'm sorry. I don't subscribe to that at all. And anybody using that excuse is a moron.
Trying to shoot my mute root?
Probably. Maybe it's his buddy.
Or maybe this.
His buddy.
Maybe there's an enemy there that my game isn't showing. That could also be true.
Oh yeah, that is a possibility.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, I think that is enough for today. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We certainly hope you enjoyed our Rampancy.net playthrough of Fallout 76. Please stay tuned tomorrow at 11 a.m. EDT. We're going to be continuing on with our adventures of Night in the Woods. With Jillian
The Mothman cometh. Oh, okay. Yep. He dropped the thing. I think there's a Mothman quest. There's a thing you can do.
Quest.
Yeah, next time. We'll do it next time.
Yeah, we gotta save that for next
I
time.
love Mothman. He's scary.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that next time.
Okay, so thanks everyone for watching, and for all of our stuff on Rampancy.net, check out our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you in our very next video.
Bye-bye.